Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome in today for the 44th episode of the Pod Wans podcast. I am your host, Char J, joined in by my co-host, Luke.
How's it going, everybody?
Hope everyone's having a great day so far. And we are very excited to cover Season 4, Episodes 15, 16, 17, and 18, a.k.a. the Obi Wan Undercover Arc. We got a big panel of guests here, and I am excited to cover it with everyone that'll be here. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Luke, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited, especially with everything, especially with us talking about Kenobi and this being an Obi-Wan centered arc. I think it's fitting.
Yes, and we got a lot of news covering after today's episode, especially news that dropped today. So
absolutely.
Grab a snack, grab a drink, and just watch us do our thing, I guess.
All right, let's go.
He never would have made it as Obi Wan's Padawan, but you might make it as mine.
And we're back. All right. So what I usually do is I bring in the returning guests first and the new guests last. All right. So the first guest we'll be bringing in, he is a regular on the Pod Wans podcast. And check my audio 1 second. I'm having a microphone issue again. I'll drop out once I get the guests in and then fix that.
Go ahead.
All right. So the first guest today is none other than Hereth at Hereth Productions.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, Hereth?
It's going good. Again, I feel like I've been on too frequently. I was on Tigerian Slavers. I took a week break, and now I'm back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hereth, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
Well, you can find me at Hereth Productions on TikTok and on the They Fly Now show on YouTube every Monday.
All right, yeah, I got my audio fixed.
All right,
Ah.
good.
Yeah,
Now you don't sound
it
like
was connected to my
just-
PlayStation. That's why.
Ah.
All right,
I thought it was like your webcam mic for a second. I was like,
it was. If it's not plugged in or it's not working, it goes to my webcam microphone, and I'm like, I don't know. But anyways, moving on to the second guest of today's show. He is a returning guest of the Pod Wans podcast. He was actually he brought Luke and I onto his podcast a few months ago.
Yes.
And we were just talking about everything Star Wars. So let me bring in Brendan at Cloud City Conversations. I was about to say Cloud City Pod, but Cloud City Conversations.
Hey, it's all the same. It's all the same pretty much. But thanks for having me back on, guys.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's always a fun time talking to you. Where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
Cloud City Pod on Instagram. You guys can find me on Cloud City Cons on Twitter and TikTok at Brendan's Cloud City Brendan.
There you go. Thanks for being on. We appreciate it.
All right. And then our third guest, we have 4 guests today, by the way. Our third guest is another returner to the Pod Wans podcast. He has had a long stretch of time where he's been on different Clone Wars arcs, and he's a very good friend of ours.
Yes.
I'm excited to reintroduce Malik, aka at the Jedi Smark.
Hi. I tried to grab my Stormtrooper helmet, but it fell, so I wasn't able to grab it. It makes it be funny, but I tried. But hi, so happy to be back. So happy to be amongst all your faces and with familiar and even a new face here and there. But yeah, I'm very excited to talk about one of my favorite Clone Wars arcs of all time.
Yes, Malik, and there was a running joke for a while there that Malik was going to replace Char, and in seriousness, there was a chance where I was like, if I had to choose somebody, it would be Malik, because Malik brings that energy.
Yeah,
and I appreciate it every day.
Yeah, a Stormtrooper helmet falling off of the shelf.
Yeah.
I did not do that.
Like I do.
Yeah. But Malik, where can the good people follow you on social media?
Oh God, where can they follow me? Into the Black Abyss, probably. No, they can follow me on TikTok at the Jedi Smark, Twitter as well, Jedi Smark, and that's probably going to be I'll have a podcast, Hot's podcast.
Yes.
That's on Spotify and all that, wherever else you get your podcasts.
Absolutely, go check it out. It's really, really fun. It's him and his co-host Tyler talking about pop culture and weird stuff like the Emu versus Australia war.
The Emu War, one of the greatest conflicts in all of world history.
The best.
I love that episode. That's like a top 5 episode for me. I love that one so much. But yeah, thanks again, Malik, for coming back on. Appreciate it.
All right, and then our fourth and final guest. This is his first appearance to the Pod Wans podcast. I'm excited to be able to talk with him today, and it is Todd at the Blacksquadronpodcast.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Ready to talk some Obi Wan
Oh, I was born ready to talk Obi Wan
because of Obi Wan?
because of Obi Wan. That's the whole reason we're here, right?
Yeah,
Because of
absolutely.
Obi-Wan.
I've been thirsting over Obi Wan for the last couple of weeks with all this press. So
Yeah,
Last couple of
absolutely.
weeks, like, come on, like, pump
that's
those
all
numbers
right.
up.
I'm sorry. Last
I've
couple
been-
of years.
I've been thirsting over Obi Wan since the Kenobi show got announced. Let's be real. Like, come on now. But where can the good people follow you on the social medias, Todd?
So people can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Todd Knows Best. And it's knows like the one on your face. And then they can also find me talking Star Wars with my co-host BP and Mari on the Black Squadron podcast. And that drops usually every Wednesday. And we talk Star Wars news, usually a lot of Star Wars toy news because we're pretty big collectors. And it was a running joke that we have a Star Wars spending problem. So if you want to know all kinds of Star Wars fun toy news or just vent about how much Star Wars toys cost, you can find us talking about that over there.
So, question: did
Yeah.
you pre-order the new Vader helmet?
I haven't yet. No, that one I haven't pulled.
That was the
trigger
first
on.
thing I did. That's the first thing I did.
I think I've got over 50 pre-orders right now. So
Jesus.
Wow.
between TVC, Hot Toys, Black Series, I mean, I've got my fingers in everything. So
Maybe you can answer this question for me now. Why is it so hard to find a Kylo Ren helmet, like, anywhere?
like the old Black Series one,
Yeah, it's like impossible to find now.
it's just older. So because it's older, they don't make them anymore, really. So you can only find them secondary market, which
Jeez.
always means jacked up prices.
Yeah,
Are
well,
you? Did they ever come out with a Rise of Skywalker one? Design?
Not for Black Series. I don't think they really didn't have much Rise of Skywalker merch aside from the Rey Skywalker saber that was announced a couple months ago. That came out a couple months ago.
I think Kylo has a saber as well, where it's marked as Supreme Leader. He has the red mask, but it's just the same lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, though, my younger brother, he got the typical Velcro strap around the head mask, but it's the Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren mask. So I'm like, that's something. I mean,
Yeah.
A little something.
yeah.
No.
All
yeah.
right. So, Luke, are you gonna? So I want you to go ahead and give everyone the icebreaker question.
Okay. So this is for everybody here and everybody in the chat. The icebreaker question is, since we're talking about bounty hunters and pulling off jobs, if you had to pull a job with 5 bounty hunters, who would you choose and why? And I'll start with Todd since he's the new guy.
You want just to run through all 5 of them or go one at a time?
No, yeah, go all 5.
All right. So first off, Jango Fett, because I'm a massive prequel fan. Attack of the Clones, I love it. It's 20th anniversary, so got to show some love to the prequels, but also Jango Fett's the OG. I mean, obviously Boba Fett's the OG, but Jango's the second OG. As a kid, that was what I loved. Plus, he can just do everything. He kind of runs the jobs as he needs to. So Jango Fett's first, Embo second, because Embo's probably the coolest Clone Wars bounty hunter that we've ever gotten, and he's a great bounty hunter. Baylor Valance, because he's a walking Terminator. Black Chrysanthemum, because we all saw what Santi can do, and I am all aboard the Black Chrysanthemum train. And then finally, my boy Din Djarin, just because I have a massive Mando problem.
Awesome. Malik, same question.
Oh boy. So Dengar, he's my favorite bounty hunter, and I feel like the plan may go crap, but have some laughs. Bosk as well, because I do like Bosk and Dengar together. Mercurial Swift from the Aftermath trilogy, because
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
thought he looked so dope with the batons. I thought, no, we need a baton guy. And anyone else, I'm a cheat and say Asajj Ventress because she was technically a bounty hunter.
I guess I'll give it to you.
And then Cad Bane, because I feel like I have the ultra competence to make up for Dengar and Neville messing it up somehow.
Oh man, I like that. That's a good roster. Brendan.
So I have to kick it off with Bosk because he's the lizard boy. Then I'm gonna go Boba Fett, Din Djarin, throw in Embo.
Okay.
And
Look, Embo's gonna be a popular answer.
Yeah.
I love Embo. I mean, he's just French Dave Filoni.
With a bigger cowboy hat.
Yeah. But let's throw in Fennec.
Oh, okay. Like that. All right. Hereth.
I'll go with the generic Din, Boba, Cad Bane, Dirge, and Fennec Shand.
I
Dirge.
thought about Dirge. I thought about Dirge, but I'm like, do I want to pull from Legends?
Well, he's canon. Technically, he's canon. He's in
Oh,
the
I
War of
forgot
the
about
Bounty
that.
Hunters.
You're right.
He's in the War of the
Yeah.
Bounty Hunters. So that's not a bad. Hereth, we can't hardly see your face because you're covering it. Char, real quick, your 5.
I don't know if we're able to do this, but Boba Fett.
Oh,
Is that allowed?
No.
Is that just 5 clones? Or...
Yeah, it's not just literally just 5 clones. You just
Just
Five
say you want
alphas.
the Domino Squad and move on.
No, but I would say mine would be Boba Fett, of course. I would go with IG-11 and IG-88 because I feel like their dynamic would be pretty funny. I'll go with Forlom and Zuckuss. We'll go Boba Fett and then
That's
the
such
2
an
IG
underrated
units
pair.
and the group. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go Bosk Dengar, Embo, Black Chrysanthemum, and then Boba Fett.
I thought you were about to leave out Boba Fett there. I'm like,
No, why would I leave that? Dude, I should have started off with Santo because I am a Wookiee guy. I love the Wookiees. So.
I still remember vividly when we were watching that finale
Oh!
for Book of Boba Fett when
That was
Santo
great.
is like crawling or like he's like limping back to the
I was like,
the Freetown
"Bro!"
freighter.
Yeah.
And then when Boba Fett was like, "Come out there," and I was like, "My guy saved your guy, Luke. Let's
Yeah.
go."
yeah. Yeah. Santo is becoming one of my
I'll
favorite
give you a nice
characters. in all
long
Star
suck
Wars.
in the back to tank.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into the first episode. Char, plot summary.
All right, so the plot summary for today's episode.
You
Right.
don't have to do Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you
know.
could if you wanted to, but
So yeah, if you weren't aware, the past few episodes I've been reading the plot summaries in Gilbert Gottfried's voice, and it was not very fun.
Yeah, I'm
was
sad
fun.
I've missed this though. I'm
okay. Now you have to do it. You do
I've
the
not-
first
no,
one.
no.
Yes.
At least
Do
one
the first
episode, one
Do
episode,
the
one
first
episode.
one. Do the first one. Is the first one long?
No, it's not.
Okay, then
All
do
right,
it in that one.
Fine, the first one only. Okay, ready? Season 4, episode 15, Deception.
Here
All
we
right.
go.
A terrorist threat! Moralo Evil, mastermind of the separatist. I'll restart.
Headphone users beware.
All right, ready?
oh, they will destroy your headphones. I
A
love that.
terrorist threat! Moralo Evil, mastermind of a separatist plot to kidnap Chancellor Palpatine, has been captured by Republic forces. But even with the criminal behind bars, rumors swirl in the underworld of Coruscant that Moralo's plot has been set in motion. With precious time running out, the Jedi Council hatches their own plot to keep the Chancellor safe. That was pretty bad, but whatever. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again.
You're not. You don't have to do it again. But
Wow.
See, I feel like it only works when I speak really loud. But like,
Yeah,
I really want to like
dude.
erupt my whole house.
Oh, I love it.
When
That,
you randomly
Oh, that was
started doing
incredible.
it during Zacarias Slavers, I'm so thrown off.
No, I'm.
that was great.
Anyways, I'm not.
So, the moral of the episode is all warfare is based on deception. All right. So the first question, what were your thoughts when you first saw the opening of this arc? We know Obi Wan has plot armor, but what was your reaction? Open discussion.
I don't remember. I was so young when I watched this for the first time.
I mean,
I was shocked.
literally, it's the most amazing.
Say,
Go
I
ahead.
remember I was watching. I was saying, "What?"
Yeah, it's essentially like every
What's
person
going
I've
on
shown
here?
this episode to, I'm like, this is a crazy episode. I love this arc. It's like one of my favorite arcs of all time. And they watch it and they're exactly it. What? We know he's not dead, but like what?
Yeah.
That's
It's-
essentially it.
It was like a random sniper got him. Like,
I just imagine like there's a kid tuning into the Cartoon Network. He hasn't seen Revenge of the Sith, and he's just like Obi Wan is his favorite Jedi. And he watches and just sees Obi Wan fall. He's like, no.
Yeah.
It's the multiverse of madness.
Oh.
Clone Wars is just a multiverse.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that.
Filoniverse. I'm kidding.
The
Fuck that.
Filoniverse.
Fuck that shit.
Filoniverse.
Yeah.
It's just a clone of Obi-Wan moving forward.
No,
Oh man, no, I think it's an interesting, like, because he does have plot armor. Like, we all know that he survives. He's supposed to survive throughout the Clone Wars, but I think it's an interesting way to kind of kick off like an episode, especially this deep into the Clone Wars. And it also kind of I think we got a question later about this, but I think it brings into the question about how far the Jedi Council is willing to go. I think that's the biggest part in this whole entire arc, really.
Dark Disciple. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that too as well. Like this is like the beginning of them being more extreme about what they are willing to do.
They're getting desperate. They want to.
Yeah, they are they're absolutely getting very desperate. Todd, your thoughts?
Well, it's like, so the whole idea is like they're compromising their own morals the more this war goes on. I was looking back on this episode. It's interesting that they chose to do Obi Wan as the one going undercover rather than someone like Quinlan Vos, because we know Quinlan Vos is like the OG spy Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting that they went to such extremes to fake his death rather than just having him like do the whole makeshift or change his face and everything, and take on a new persona. Like actually go to the extremes of faking his own death is I guess a way that they really show how far the Jedi Council is straying from their original directive and kind of guidance.
Oh yeah. Anybody else got thoughts?
I'd like to say the High Republic has added to this, because in the High Republic comic they did this exact same thing. Not the faking the death bit, but like sending a Jedi undercover, and it failed. So like it has me curious, like, wow, like did they look back on that and think like, like maybe we should like try that again and do it right this time, you know? Like it's just like, it's so interesting to me to see like Jedi are literally repeating the mistakes that they made literally 200 years ago, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense, because history is bound to repeat itself if we don't learn from it. So that's for sure.
And
Go ahead.
Yoda like tells Mace like, we're going down a dark path. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you could tell like Yoda was very much against this whole plan, like from the start. And Mace is like, no, we have to do this.
No, yeah.
To, like, win the war.
No, yeah, absolutely. So the second question, it's based on it. Now we switch from Obi-Wan to Anakin, which is a very different. After reading Brotherhood, like this arc particularly, like enhances like the relationship, because Mike Chen builds on that relationship in this book, and to watch this arc after reading the entire book, it just gives you a different perspective. But the question is, Anakin has a very powerful reaction to Obi-Wan's burial. How do you think this affected him, especially after witnessing Qui-Gon's own funeral?
So I want to jump off of the Brotherhood stuff. So, you know, a lot of Brotherhood is kind of elaborating on some of this baggage that Anakin carries with him.
Yes.
And we see Anakin at a later stage in his life during the Clone Wars versus when we see him in Brotherhood.
Yes.
So it's interesting now looking back on this episode, how he really internalizes a lot of that pain and suffering that he's kind of gone through, and a lot of those connections that he no longer has to people.
No, yeah, absolutely. Hereth?
Well, it's like Ahsoka says, like when he sees Obi-Wan's like fake body, Ahsoka turns to Plo Koon and goes, I haven't seen Anakin this tense ever. He hasn't even said a word since it happened. Because like Matt Lanter gives like a one hell of a performance with him screaming Obi-Wan, like you could just hear the emotions just coming out of him and like pouring. It's just like this like scene direction alone is just absolutely incredible. Like watching Anakin just tense up with the Imperial March. Like he's so close to falling. Like it's just like a flick of a dime and he's gone.
Dark Side Divas made a really good point. Shout out to Dark Side Divas, by a fantastic podcast where Chris, I think, said he said at the funeral, that's not Anakin there, that's Vader right there at the funeral. And I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, you can make that case. He's definitely, you definitely see that part of Anakin come out quite often during the Clone Wars, especially later on in the Clone Wars. So that does make a whole lot of sense. Brendan?
Yeah, when it comes to like seeing Vader in the Clone Wars, I also think of like the Zygeria arc as well.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
there are numerous arcs. It's great. Matt Lanter does an incredible performance as Anakin, and especially in these latter half of the seasons. But yeah, I think you guys covered most of it, and I don't have much to say. You guys covered it pretty good.
No, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of it, it's just like a lot of fans have this theory that like, what if Obi-Wan died during the Clone Wars? What would Anakin's reaction be? Because I know that at the end of the prequel trilogy, Padme dies, and Anakin has always had this guilt that like, I want to have the power to save the people I love, and we see this with Obi-Wan, and seeing his face with his hood up, just like, it gives you that feeling like, what if Obi-Wan died? And then you see how Anakin goes about his business after that, and it's different.
He
It's
spiraled
really
out of
different.
control.
I think another aspect too that I feel like we should probably talk about is the fact that like Obi-Wan says that like that they needed Anakin's reaction to sell it. He says like we need to keep it's my decision. We need to keep Anakin in the dark because his reaction is going to let it show like, oh snap, Obi-Wan's like actually dead, which is again like it's really messed up when you realize that. Like, oh wow.
No, yeah, it is absolutely messed up, but like it is true. That's the best way to fool everybody is when the person that is the closest to Obi-Wan is Anakin, and he believes that he's dead. That's when that's when you know that they've done it's just strange to see how far the Jedi Council has like been like, screw it, we're just gonna do whatever we want to protect the things that we love as well.
Well, you see this in the prequel trilogy too, when Obi-Wan tells Anakin to quote unquote spy on the Chancellor.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan tells him that this assignment's not to be on record. And there's something similar to that happens in Brotherhood, where it's like, don't tell this to the council. This is supposed to be confidential between you and me. And it's funny to see that happen in this with Anakin being being told to abide by the council, but at the same time Obi-Wan is working with the council behind Anakin's back, and it's like, it's a weird feeling that it's like it's okay for Obi-Wan to do it, but when Anakin does it, it's weird, you know?
No, yeah,
I don't know, but like what Todd said, it's like it's weird that Obi-Wan was the one that was put in this position.
No, yeah. Do we think like, and going back to the question, I guess like Qui-Gon's, like, how do we think that also built on like the emotions that Anakin is feeling at this time? Because it's got to be gut wrenching seeing another mentor that was supposed to like carry him through gone.
Not good.
Well, yeah. I just it's interesting to think about that, because that is such a big important part of even Anakin's story, you know? But yeah.
I think another thing I think I kind of like, it's annoyed with me with this arc is how they just kind of gloss over Satine. She's just kind of there and crying, and she doesn't even get a line. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's bothered me as well, because I mean, if you're reading Brotherhood at all, you know that Satine's on Obi-Wan's mind a lot.
Yes.
Quite a lot.
Yes.
Not just subtle about it either. It's like right there for you.
Even a certain dude with
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Hello, Jack.
Yeah, I love Dexter Jester. Love that man. I would die for him. He might be my glup shitto now. No, I've changed my mind. Dexter Jester is my freaking glup shitto. I don't care. You cannot take that.
Well,
away
Luke,
from
by
me.
the way, after Return of the Jedi, Dex's Diner was closed permanently. So
I
it
know,
makes me
that's so
happier.
depressing.
You say closed, it was abandoned, like ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
It
good.
got no
I
love.
said closed permanently.
So honestly,
I need to talk to Pablo Hidalgo right now.
yeah. So like here's the
Get
other
this retconned immediately.
Yeah. So like here's the other thing. This is a missed opportunity by Disney. They could have put a Dexter Jetster diner in Batu. He could have just moved it to Batu. Like literally.
It's right
like
there.
instead of Oga's, make Dexter Jetster's cantina or whatever.
Instead of
You
like a 1950s diner, it's like a
Yes!
1970s diner,
Yes!
just slightly updated.
Oh, that would have been
And then every
so
time someone
fucking
walks in, all you
cool.
hear is, "Well, what do you
Well,
know?"
Hey,
someone
take a
starts
seat,
walking
we'll be
back and
right
forth
with
to,
ya. And
Well,
then-
well.
And then you have
Someone asked, like, how much is the food going to cost? How deep in your pockets?
How big your pocket
Your
is.
or
Just
like when Flo just comes through and it's like, can I get you a cup of Java juice? Just like,
It's an
Isn't it-
animatronic
isn't
pulling
it
up his
Wanda
pants every
now?
30 seconds.
just walks around.
She has a squeaky wheel.
No, it's literally a
Hair-
cast
hairy
member
kind.
in like a bodysuit, and he's like they're like they emphasize you have to try to pull up your pants every 5 seconds, or this bit's not gonna work. God, I would hate for somebody to draw that. A cast member's like, God damn it, I'm today. Son of a bitch. But no. It is really sad to see. You see all the emotions. You see what you do see Vader a little bit in that moment, and I think it's very, very strong to see how this plays out the rest of the arc. But the next question of this episode is: Obi Wan and Yoda are both aware of the fact that Anakin will eventually suspect, feel that something is wrong. What does this say about their trust in Anakin, and what does it mean for this for his place amongst the order? That was worded weird. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Someone go, repeat the question, please.
Okay.
All right, use it to repeat.
Yeah. Using a repeat. Go check out the trivia tournament. Obi Wan and Yoda are both aware of the fact that Anakin will eventually suspect that something is wrong. What does this say about their trust in Anakin? One, and what does this mean for his place amongst the order?
I think we can blame this all on Mace Windu.
Oh no! Here we go.
I say we blame it all on Yoda because Yoda literally tells him later on the arc, he's like, "Yeah, we don't trust you, Anakin. Sorry."
You're too unpredictable. We can't trust
wait,
anything
Hereth,
you do.
do
Let
not
me
make
let me
Alanis
take-
happy. She's in the chat, okay?
Let me take this back. I blame 80% of it on Windu, 20% on Yoda.
It's a council. They all talk.
Yeah. I'm
But
blaming-
Mace
I'm blaming-
Windu has it
wait.
specifically out for Anakin. And Brotherhood made that very clear.
But that's the
Little bit,
interpretation
little
part.
bit.
That's the interpretation of a character that believes that. We don't really get the perspective of Mace Windu,
Okay,
what
that's
he
fair.
actually thinks of him. So
That's fair.
I feel like that's jaded, which I understand because Anakin does feel like Mace Windu does. It's a weird relationship between those two. So it's hard to really. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm blaming all of this on Keanu Moody because he fucking sucks.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
On the Wookiees. Literally,
Like,
Keanu Moody's the worst.
The literal Sith Lord who is just like a few meters over orchestrating all of these events. And you guys play in the chat.
I mean, I'll talk about Palpatine and Anakin later because I feel like that's the really underlying.
Oh,
he was,
yes.
whole
he
arc.
was so smooth in this arc. It was
Yes.
so ooh, when we get to it.
Yes. And when when we're in like voice chat and in Discord or whatever, and we talk about the relationship between Anakin and Palpatine, Bale always complains about how we don't see like the relationship grow. Like it doesn't get its just. And I feel like in this arc, you see a lot of that relationship like being built. You know what I mean? Like what are your guys' thoughts on like the building of the relationship between Palpatine and Anakin, especially in this arc in particular?
I mean, it's just Palpatine twisting the knife and like he's trying to turn Anakin to the dark side earlier in the Clone War. That's literally what he's doing because he's like with Obi-Wan's death, can I push him a little bit farther? Can I get him to where I need him to be? It's just like Anakin pushing the needle and just moving it slightly more to the dark side and seeing if he can like push Anakin over.
And Palpatine sees through like all the tricks that the Jedi are trying to pull. So he's like, "Oh, I know they're all faking this, but Anakin doesn't know that. So let me just push him a little further."
I love the one you Jay's like, we've learned there's an attack trying to kidnap you, and you keep like, really? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he literally is just like, oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be great.
But his lines he hits with Anakin are so smooth. He's like, oh man, the idea to disguise Obi-Wan was so ingenious. You came up with that, right? No, it wasn't. Oh, well, that sucked. I thought Jedi worked as a team.
Yeah.
Oh well, and just
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so smooth.
No, yeah, it's pretty incredible. Like, and to get back to it, just shows that they are putting Anakin at an arm's length, and you can clearly see that because Yoda does just straight out in a couple of episodes, just straight up tells Anakin, "We don't trust you," which I mean, it's tough because you want to be able to point a finger on whose fault it really is.
I don't think he words it like that. Like how he says it's just like you're volatile, which she very much is, and and you can be like a lot to your enemies, which how Anakin's method would not have worked for this mission.
No. Yeah, you're right.
He's very
Anakin would have blown his
emotional.
cover in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he probably would have. But yeah, any other thoughts on to close out this episode? Nothing?
It's
Huh?
good.
It's
It's a good episode.
It's good.
soup.
It was good.
Oh,
Good
we don't talk about the prison stuff at all, did we?
I was gonna say-
Oh yeah, hold on.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, there is
whole
a-
other
there is a-
section.
there is a-
We're only like 10%
Yeah.
into this episode.
Yeah. So I will say this: the bonus question was also about because there is a big part with Obi-Wan finally getting into and using Racco Hardeen and all like when. Okay, I'll ask the question now. Compose myself here. Sorry.
What's it-
When do you think Cad Bane begins to expect that Obi-Wan is Racco Hardeen?
I
Do you
would
think?
say by the box.
You think?
Yeah.
You
I
think
think
not
towards
earlier
the
than
end
that?
of Nar Shaddaa or Nalhada. Towards the end of their time on Nalhada, probably.
I would say I don't think he suspects he's Obi-Wan. I think he suspects something's off with him, that he's not like as he says. It's when he fixes the when he gets them into the crematorium after the riot.
Yes.
Because he says because I'm pretty sure Bane's like, that was a little too fast.
It's like, hold on now.
He definitely thought he was a rat.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one.
Good one.
Also,
Good
That's
one.
why I brought the rat out. That's the only reason so I could do a joke.
Does
like
he
that.
make the
Nice.
pun? Also, Char is very composed for a Boba Fett appearance.
I was literally
Hey.
gonna say.
Hey,
I went feral when I saw Boba Fett. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I just love how Boba's like, he's like, hey, you killed Obi-Wan. Cool.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for doing that. Now, if you could just kill Windu, it'd be great. Thanks. Thank you.
I love that Bosk just fucks up anyone who's like not much. So
You
this
messed
also
with Boba. You messed with me.
this also begs the question. So how corrupt are the clones in this prison system or this prison system? Because they just bring Rako Artine or Rako / Obi-Wan to Morale of All and just kind of just follow what he says. I'm like, what is he paying them? How does this work?
Yeah. No, it does beg the question, how deep are the clone troopers in the security? And literally, and it's so funny because Cad Bane just I paid off the kid. And I'm like, with what money? You guys are gonna be in jail. What?
He slot him
what are
some
you
death
doing?
sticks on the side.
what was the sauce? Got him the sauce.
Yeah,
Hey.
get the sauce. Is that your payment?
So Bane's like, okay, Boba, I'll teach you how to do a trick draw real quick, so you can use this later to kill me. So
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
No, it's just so funny that and this first episode is a great way to kick off the arc as a whole because it does you get everything to where Obi-Wan dies. You get to meet Morale Val, who literally is the word. Malik, we were talking about this in VC. What did you call him?
He's a little lizard monkey man.
Yes, he literally is.
Who speaks in third person like Moralo Val does not have time for this.
Yeah, it's just honestly,
Malik, around the time that I first met you, I remember you were obsessed with Moralo Eval.
No, I was obsessed with OC Sobek
Sobek.
because I thought OC
Yes.
Sobek was so
Oh,
cool.
I mean, yeah, they are the same species, so.
Are they really?
I
Yeah.
thought OC Sobek was a Trandoshan.
Is he? Oh,
No, he's the same species as Moralo Evol. I actually checked not too long ago. It's what's it called? Moralo Evol. Moralo Evol. I know it starts with a P. Moralo Evol.
He's
It's
a
Findian.
Findar.
Findian.
Findian. Okay.
Oh, that's the whole
Very
mold, my
funny,
bad.
Chase. Very funny. You will not be changing.
Yeah, I remember I was
Chase.
doing research on them when we were doing the Citadel arc. I was like, "What is his species?" I was like, "Oh, it's the same as Moralo Evol." So
Nice.
They look so different.
yeah,
What's up with that?
Moralo Evol is husky. That's it.
Yeah.
He's a thick boy.
The
He's
more
a
you
thick
know.
boy.
No, I just and
Like this
also.
boy.
Here comes the fan art. Here comes the fan art.
Oh, good lord.
Thick Moralo of all.
Yeah, thick. Yeah, and I just love how like nobody asks questions. Like Cad Bane is a little like suspicious of Obi Wan, and as Reiko Hardin, and like he's just like, how'd you do that? How like literally, and Morali Evol's like, I don't care, let's get out of here, and it's just like, what the hell? And they get off so like I understand like yes, this is supposed to happen. Because like they are the Jedi are allowing them to leave. Like literally they're not doing anything, which is interesting. But that is going to be it for
Chase's comment. I hope Obi-Wan changes his face again in the Kenobi series.
I know.
Imagine if that happens.
Literally.
Imagine if we saw that in live action of Obi-Wan just
know.
transforming his face.
Looks like Alanis is also drawing thick Morale Evol for us as well.
Oh good God. Don't do that. Also Kieran, day 22 of training my hair to look like Obi-Wan Kenobi for celebration. I haven't done that in a while. But
that begs the question. Todd, are you going to Celebration?
I am.
Oh,
I am. I will be there all weekend.
That's
Are you
awesome.
going? So you're just going for Saturday and Sunday?
No, all 4 days, I guess.
Oh, you going all 4 days?
Yeah, I'll be there all 4.
Awesome. When are you flying in?
The Wednesday. So Wednesday
Nice.
midday, and then I'll flying out. I think that following Wednesday. So
Oh, nice. A couple extra days.
Yeah,
Who's
I'm
not
flying in
going?
Wednesday as well. So
nice. Yeah, I'm
Just
looking forward to it.
Malik, you're going? Well, okay. If it's Orlando next year,
Oh yeah, I've talked to Tyler. If it's Orlando next, we're gonna see if we can try and make the Orlando next year happen. But yeah, no.
That'd be so much easier.
Yeah.
My God.
yeah, it
We'll-
would be.
we'll
East
find
Coast
out once-
supremacy, baby.
We'll
West
find
Coast,
that-
West
we'll
Coast,
find out
baby.
once the
Oh, God.
convention's over, because that's when they release the next one.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll do it a year. I hope they do it every year now. They have enough
Well, now since
content
there's
coming
more
out.
content, yeah.
They just go like surprise, a Star Wars Celebration Philadelphia for some reason. Like, oh,
I would be down for that. I could drive there. I wouldn't need to
Same.
fly.
I wouldn't be opposed to that because then Malik could finally give me a Philly cheesesteak. That's an actual Philly cheesesteak.
so I'm gonna take you where you might get mugged. All right,
That's fine.
where you're gonna get
Hey,
cheesesteak.
hey, you know what? The adrenaline always makes the Philly cheesesteak better. You know? Hey.
Oh my God.
But that is the end for episode 1 of this arc. Char, plot summary for episode 2.
Okay, this one's gonna be in Tom Kane voice. It feels like it's been forever since I've done this.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Season 4, episode 16, Friends and Enemies. All right. Gotta take a breather. I haven't done this Tom Kane voice in a while. All right. Fugitives on the run. Disguised as the Jedi killer Reiko Hardin, Obi-Wan Kenobi works undercover to solve a separatist plot against Chancellor Palpatine. Obi-Wan meets the plot's mastermind, Moralo Evol, breaking him out of jail to gain his trust. But now, Kenobi faces another obstacle, bounty hunter Cad Bane. Can Obi-Wan Kenobi overcome Bane's suspicions, or will the ruthless criminal see through his disguise and expose the Jedi? Only time will tell.
That was good.
It
It
was
was
good.
nice to hear. It was nice to hear Tom Kane after
It's
Gilbert
refreshing.
Godfrey for the last 2
It
episodes.
was like a solid 2 out of 10 or 5. You know.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Luke, do you see Kieran's comment?
What'd he say?
Thanks, my brother, for eating the cheesesteak.
You say brotherhood wrong once, and you get.
What's wrong with saying brother? What's wrong with saying brother?
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with saying it, but you catch shit when you say it like that, you know? It happens. So the moral of this episode is keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Yeah, like, that's like the signature like moral of a lot of the things that go on. I've been hearing this quote since I was like 5 years old.
No, yeah.
Friends close, enemies closer.
Yeah, it's a very common quote.
So close, I'm like a hug Bane.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right.
But Luke, I will ask these questions. We'll go off.
Sounds
we'll,
good.
We'll alternate. Okay, so
Okay,
the
trivia,
first
trivia.
question of the first question of this episode is: so Obi-Wan is known for his moral high ground. He obviously has to play the role of a criminal within these episodes. How do you think he grapples with going against everyone?
Everything.
Again, how do you think he grapples with going against everything he's ever known? Do you think his role with the Zygerian slave arc changed him?
Some good questions.
I think this goes back to the whole idea of like the Jedi Council and just the Jedi in general pushing sort of their own morals as the war continues on, and they touch a lot about this in Brotherhood about that blending of the Jedi and the military. So it's I think that definitely plays a role in kind of how he's trying to navigate this, like still stay true to his Jedi principles without blowing his cover.
Yeah, and it's very reminiscent to what Obi-Wan told Anakin. He's like, Anakin's like, spying the Chancellor. I saw the couch meme.
And yet again,
Chase
forward
extremely contagious.
Chase forward into the black again. Derails the podcast for like the 18,000th time. We appreciate the love. Go follow him on TikTok. Forward into the black. Go to Rogue Council on Twitch and
I tried to hold him there,
Oh my god.
All right. let's gather ourselves here.
No.
But
Anyway,
going
go.
off of what Todd said, it's very reminiscent of what Obi-Wan told Anakin in the scene that I was talking about earlier, where Anakin was like, spy on the Chancellor, that's treason. And then Obi-Wan's like, we're at war, Anakin.
Yep.
It's like the war has been giving them this leeway with what they can do without breaking the rules. Well, they kind of are breaking the rules. They're just amending them so it doesn't seem like it's, against the Jedi code. And then when that happens, it makes you question who the Jedi are and what they aim to do. Are they actually peacekeepers? Are they guardians of justice? And how? Yeah. Well, I already talked about peace. But it's
freedom and security.
To my new clone army. What if I had a clone army? Anyway, but yes, I think what Todd, you were saying is that I feel like their morals or like the way that they can do things is stretched a bit because of the war, and that's essentially how the Jedi goes down. The Jedi Order goes down because they stretch their ideas or their ideals with the war, but at the same time there's stuff going on in the back that ends up backfiring on them. Because the first thing that started was allowing the clone army to, team up with them essentially, in like the Jedi Military Integration Act and everything, that they were just like, yes, let's do this. But when it comes time to defeat the Separatists, we'll do something far fetched and off the beaten path. And so
Malik, Brenan, Hereth, thoughts on the question?
I kind of felt that like he took I don't know, because like I feel like he's finding a balance with this where like he's not doing like horrible thing, like he still like offers like the money to like the guy that like Bane like like accosts, like I'm gonna kill you with a toothpick. He like like he doesn't kill the clone, which and like I think he's like, I don't think it's as bad. Yes, he's helping them, but like he is still like getting in his moments of like, okay, like he's doing somewhat good here and there. Like I don't think it's like as egregious. It's not like it's not like something like he doesn't have to like off someone who doesn't deserve it to keep their trust. He's just kind of like I think he kind of gets off like kind of easy. Like it feels weird to say it, but like he doesn't have to like really compromise himself too much to get Bane's like trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And real quick, gonna plug some stuff here. Brooke, Far Away Factory. Gonna get it pulled up. Gonna do the whole spiel.
Can you do the transition? There you go.
All right. Farawayfactory.com, Far Away Factory on Etsy, but go to the website because we don't want to share that good hard cash with Etsy. So she's got everything from t-shirts, sweatshirts to earrings to customized shoes. She is currently working on a pair of Air Jordan Darth Vader shoes for me. She's almost finished with those. I'm going to be wearing those to Disney on Wednesday I'm going to do kind of like a Vader bound, and then I'm going to do like an Obi Wan as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Go check out her stuff. She's got everything from DC, Marvel, and Star Wars. If you're looking for new merch, hit up farawayfactory.com. She's the best.
And also,
I can't wait to commission all the Kedpin Cyclop gear. I don't trust anyone else with my Kedpin Cyclop merch than Brooke. I know she'd do him justice.
Yes, absolutely. All right, now back to the and she does the beanies and stuff like that. Yeah, she does amazing work. Hereth, Brendan, your guys' thoughts on the question?
Off the top of my head, I don't think Obi-Wan's actually sacrificing moral values in this arc. Like Malik said, like he doesn't shoot the clone. He doesn't do anything that bad to fit in. If not, like if you go to the later episodes in this arc, he's actually saving bad guys' lives.
Yes.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't think he's really sacrificing that much morally.
Okay. Hereth?
Kind of agree with Brendan there because I feel like I don't know, like Obi-Wan doesn't really do that much to like really. I feel like he's just putting a target on his back and making himself more obvious that he's like a Jedi in disguise. Because like throughout the entire arc, everyone's like, "Huh, this bounty hunter is like not being terrible. Huh, this is weird." Anyway.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The only character with character development in this arc, I think, is Anakin.
Yeah, which is interesting because he's got like 6 films for a whole character arc, but but yeah. It's interesting. Char, the second question, we kind of touched on this one, but
yeah, we have a little bit.
We can go more into depth on this one because I feel like the Anakin parts of this.
Yeah, and a lot about Palpatine as well. So the second question is, Palpatine sees how upset Anakin is over Obi-Wan's death. How do you think Palpatine manipulated the situation into his favor? Do you think he realized how much Obi-Wan actually meant to Anakin?
I'd say, yeah, like Anakin probably confides in things he probably shouldn't because he told Palpatine about the Sand People. So, like, yeah, you probably told him about, like, yeah, Obi-Wan's like my bro. Like, I love him so much, the Palpatine's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just use that.
Yeah.
Leave him, or we'll never make
Hold on to that for rainy day.
Yeah.
A fine addition to my collection.
No,
Hey, yo,
yeah.
Dooku, when you fight them, take out Obi-Wan first.
Yeah.
Throw him and then drop a freaking railing on him.
What I want you to do is
and it
kick
somehow doesn't
Anakin,
kill him.
choke him, and then throw him, and then bring a bridge on him. Okay.
Yeah.
And he somehow
So he can't
survives
get up.
that and has no broken bones or anything. He's just fine,
He's
Totally
Obi-Wan.
makes sense.
He's Obi-Wan fucking Kenobi. He can do whatever he wants. All right.
Yeah, you can even survive a gunshot. So yeah.
Yeah, he's a boss.
Oh.
No, but we did touch about it a lot. But anything like deep, I guess I should say. Like any other thoughts?
I mean, it's fucking Palpatine. What did you expect?
Yeah, it's true.
I think Palpatine, because Palpatine's been there since the beginning, really, for Anakin, ever since he left Tatooine. So the whole idea, like, he knows how important Qui-Gon was to Anakin because he was at Qui-Gon's funeral and he saw like Anakin's reaction to that. He's obviously befriended Anakin and made Anakin feel very safe around him. So the more he's able to take advantage of that and sort of continue to drive that wedge of doubt between Anakin and the Jedi Order is any chance that he's going to do it.
No, yeah. absolutely. I mean, and I always bring this up when we talk about Palpatine. Think about the last scene, not the last scene, but the funeral scene, when we get that awesome shot of you see Anakin at one end, then you see Obi-Wan, Padme, and then Sidious. And they pan it to where it's perfectly, they're lined up, and the only two people to be in Palpatine's way to getting Anakin are Obi-Wan and Padme.
That's where they dropped the line too. It's like always two there are the master and the apprentice, and then
Yes.
it cuts to that shot. You're like, oh
Yes. Like the foreshadowing there is just insane. And I always, I whenever I've watched a Phantom Menace, and I always watch the end, it just like puts a smile to my face because it's just like, ha ha ha.
It's like I know it's about to happen.
Foreshadowing. Ha ha. Got it. But yeah, I mean, it's just Palpatine manipulating the situation as always. I mean, he's the I honestly think he is one of the best manipulating like villains of all time.
So someone made this good point. Is Palpatine actually really good at planning, or is he really good at calling an audible constantly throughout? Because I feel like a lot of it is just like, okay, gotta change that.
Planning. I think it's planning because there's been a few instances where he has had to change his plan. I'm not shouting out Rise of Skywalker with the Princess of Alderaan has disrupted my plans, and then he's like, all right, Pride, do your thing. But I think he is just really good at planning. Yeah,
I disagree because Palpatine and Phantom Menace had to call so many audibles to like change everything because he's like, oh, Padme survived. Whoop, got to change the entire plan to somehow get.
Well, I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit of both. I think he's just he has a plan, but he also has a plan B. He
and
knows
a C and a D and an E.
Exactly.
Right.
So he knows like every next step before it even happens.
I quite
Right.
like the. I'm sorry, go ahead, Brennan.
All right, so football coaches. I know some of us in here are big football fans, right? What's the difference between a normal NFL coach and a Bill Belichick, right? Right. Any coach can come in with a good plan, but when you make those audibles on the go, like, okay, our plan, we came with this great plan, but this team is really good at counterpunching our plan. We need to change at halftime. That's what separates a good coach from a bad coach in the NFL. That's what separates Palpatine from everyone else.
Yeah, and that's
It's
what
the
that's
audible.
what
and I
separates
love
a
how
bad
you-
Sith
I
Lord
love
and
how
a
you-
good Sith Lord.
I love how you made the connection to Bill Belichick being Emperor Palpatine. That's exactly the fucking
That was unplanned. That was unplanned, but
that is exactly true, and it pains me to say this, but Tom Brady is fucking Darth Vader, and I absolutely hate it.
Okay, that's gonna unpack that one later, but it makes me think back to him. I'm reading through Queen's Shadow right now. I'll be a little bit slow because I'm kind of distracted by stuff, but there's one bit I really did love, one of Padme's handmaidens, who is her whole thing is that she reads body language. I loved when she was watching Palpatine during that scene, because she's all like, he's upset, something's not moving as fast as he wants it to. I'm like, why wasn't she watching him more?
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, and even in Queen's Hope, there's a part that is exactly like that.
And then it'll be that scene in The Rise of Skywalker. The Queen of Naboo's handmaiden has disrupted me. Tom Brady is Char Char. Oh no, I'm kidding.
No,
it's
Jar Jar, you moron. All right.
I love those jokes.
All right. Hold on. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. Chart. Next
question 3. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So the third question for episode 2 is Ahsoka sees how violently Anakin interrogates the bartender on Nal Hutta. What do you think her thoughts were in this scene? Do you think she agreed with his actions? Do you think that she would have done similar actions?
Hell no.
I think if she was younger, because you see Ahsoka like in season 1. Let's talk about her interrogating Newt Gunray. I think if she was a younger version of herself, she would have been okay with it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, like I was jokingly saying, hell no. I don't think Ahsoka would have gone anywhere near. I think it's just like the same feeling she was feeling in Zygerian Slavers of like, oh my god, Anakin doesn't talk about his past, and it's coming out again. like I've seen moments of him using the dark side before. He's doing it, but I'm not going to confront him about it because I don't want to like get to that area, because when he's like that, he gets very angry and just like it's the whole Thrawn Alliances thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the difference between Anakin and Ahsoka. I think it's just the emotion aspect of the character. It's like Anakin and Ahsoka are exactly the same character, but they don't like what Ahsoka does at the end of season 5 is what Anakin should have done a while ago. Like he should have instead of, if he understood that the Jedi Order was corrupt. So it's like Anakin wants more power, but Ahsoka is like, I understand that the Jedi is corrupt, the Jedi Order is corrupt. I will leave so I don't have to follow the same fate, which obviously Anakin.
To be fair, he did try to leave, but I think he got like he looped back around in the Obi Wan Anakin comic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Before they leave for that mission, Anakin does confide in Obi Wan, and he's like, I'm seriously thinking about leaving the Order. Like he's homesick. Like I think it's 5 years after Phantom Menace, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Anakin's about 14.
Yeah, he's about 14. So he's still he's far apart from his mother, but he still has those connected feelings. You know what I mean? And not to bring it back up to brotherhood, but like that relationship between Shmi and Anakin plays a big part in this book.
In the very
book.
very early
in the very beginning and in other parts. But I know Brooke hasn't read it, and if she's here, we'll try to avoid as many spoilers as possible.
Going back to Anakin and Obi-Wan, in that comic, Obi-Wan's like, okay, I'll leave with you. Like Obi-Wan was ready to leave too.
Yes, like that's interesting.
I mean, Obi-Wan, he's contemplated before about leaving the Order, and that's like simply because of Satine and everything. But it's like he's thought about it before, and having the thought about it, I mean, doesn't necessarily negate the fact that Ahsoka does end up leaving the Order entirely. But to know that they both had the idea of leaving the Order, it's interesting. Because it's like, what could have happened? What that could have been? What would Palpatine have done?
No, absolutely.
Well, and I think you could even trace that all the way back to like Qui-Gon and Dooku, because obviously Dooku left, but Qui-Gon was very headstrong and against kind of the status quo of the Order. So you pass all that down, and it kind of it ends up in Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan passes some of that on to Anakin, and then Anakin passes some of that on to Ahsoka, and Ahsoka is finally the one that's able to step away from it all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it is great. I will say it is that lineage is the fallen lineage, to be honest, because you have Yoda to Dooku to Qui-Gon, Qui-Gon to Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan to Anakin, Anakin to Ahsoka, and like that is it's like. If you think about it, like it's all because Dooku left and then Qui-Gon dying. Like there's just a lot of bad things that happen in that stretch of master apprentice relationships.
The cursed lineage.
The Jedi Ancestry.com.
So if this is the cursed lineage, Mace Windu's lineage is like the blessed lineage, because you got Devil Lava, Kaden Jarrus, Mace Windu.
None of them has had a happy ending so far, so I don't know about that being the blessed lineage.
Ezra, the jury's still out.
You think Filoni's gonna let us be okay with that? Okay, you have a lot more faith in Dave than I do.
I think Ezra's gonna be okay.
Okay.
He ain't making it back to Lothal. He gets shot.
My theory is that Benicio del Toro is going to be in The Last Jedi, and I think he's going to play Ezra Bridger.
Oh, God. I remember when that thing. Yeah, that was a rumor.
Oh, my God. I love those theories.
Char, bonus question.
Yes, the bonus question for this second episode is, what was your reaction to how Obi-Wan conveys the fact that he is alive? What does it say about their bond between Anakin and Obi-Wan?
I mean, it just goes back to Anakin being headstrong. Anakin kicked him in the balls, and Obi-Wan's like, look, you got to stop this right now.
It does show how the Force works. So, like, I do like the fact that, Anakin has, he says, like, that's why I felt the connection, where it's like, he felt that Force connection with who he thought was Rey was actually like Obi-Wan, but he wasn't able to recognize it. It just like puts a lot more in perspective, like how the Force works in that way,
No, yeah, absolutely. Todd?
Well, I think it adds a lot to the idea that they're more than just master and apprentice. I mean, we've seen relationships with masters and apprentice where it's very professional, and you're the master, I'm the apprentice, I learn from you and whatnot. Whereas Anakin and Obi-Wan are very much more like brothers and
hence brotherhood.
Yeah.
Tie it all around. So I think just them being able to communicate like that through the Force and know is highlighted through this interaction and how that's portrayed by Filoni.
It's kind of like poetry. It kind of rhymes.
Sort of rhymes.
It's like poetry.
Ryan's punching the air right now. He's like, no.
Yeah. Brendan.
So with it like Harris said, it's kind of Obi-Wan telling him stop being a child. I'm fine. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. You guys just reminded me because when you asked that question, I was like, wait, does he tell him he's alive in that episode? I completely forgot that happened.
yeah,
So.
he does. They crash land. Anakin starts fighting Reiko, and Obi-Wan is like trying to he gets nutted. He gets a nice cock shot. I
was thinking about that. What was this where he just blams him right in the crotch?
Oh yeah, just wham right in the cojones, and it's so interesting that Obi-Wan puts him to sleep, but he's like, don't follow me, and instantly Anakin knows after he wakes up. He knows. And it's just like Todd was saying, they are connected on a different level in the Force to each other.
Okay.
So
I remember Obi-Wan whispering something. I couldn't remember what he whispered and how he whispered it. Because aren't they fighting?
Yes.
That I just couldn't remember how it all happened. Because I haven't seen the arc in a couple months.
No, yeah. Char, episode 3 plot summary.
All right, the episode 3 plot summary. Let's get this going. So, season 4, episode 17, The Box. The Box. All right. The plot summary. Obi-Wan Kenobi in the skies. Working undercover as assassin Reiko Hardeen, Obi-Wan leads a secret mission to uncover the Separatist plot against Chancellor Palpatine. Using cunning and courage, he gains the trust of bounty hunter Cad Bane and criminal mastermind Moralo Evol, earning him entrance into the stronghold of Separatist leader Count Dooku. Now, it is here on the beautiful planet of Sereno that a barbaric contest will determine the fate of Obi-Wan Kenobi and possibly the Republic itself.
What's in the box?
Before we start, I love Moralo's stupid little run he does to Duke.
You're a little puppy dog.
Sorry, I'm late. Dude, just there. It would have been hilarious if you just see like Dooku be like, "You have failed," and just slice.
You have failed me for the last time.
Just takes him out. Oh God. But the moral of this episode is the strong survive, the noble overcome. So this episode is basically them working as a team, trying to figure out who's going to make the top 5 for this mission.
Did anyone else feel really bad for the Authorian?
Yeah.
Shot right there.
It's immediately taken out by Cad Bane.
He looks so sad.
Yeah,
he's like, oh my
Jane's
God.
like, oh, that's a cool hat. Bam.
And also,
No, so that's how he finds out they have 2 stomachs.
yeah. Jesus. Oh God. So the other thing is that the Ithorian is actually, it looks like he has an E11, but his hands are so damn large. Their hands are so damn large that it looks like a pistol in his hand. I noticed that early on in the episode. I was like, wow, that's an E11, and that does not look like an E11. Yeah. He's just one-handing it. But seriously though, we start off this episode and it's called The Box. It's literally the trial of who's going to make where.
I wouldn't even say it's just the trials for the 5 that make it. It's also Dooku has an underneathing trial of who's the Jedi in here, because he's suspecting there is a Jedi amongst their mix, and he's just killing off people and trying to figure out who is the Jedi, because there's little things where he's like, I'm going to torture this person. Will he help him? So it's just Dooku's playing narrowing it down.
I never took it as like he knew there was a Jedi. He just kind of thought something was different about Reiko, and he's like,
Yes.
oh, like I think, yeah, I never took it as like, oh, he like thinks there's a Jedi in there, you know?
I didn't really take it as that either, but I could definitely see him being like There's something not there's something not right about him because he's like so Cad Bane shows up. He's like, you brought Cad Bane, and who's this other person? And it's like, oh, Reiko Hardin. He killed Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that might be where Hereth thinks that there is a Jedi, because like it's very impressive to kill a Jedi just like as renowned as Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I could kind of see that for sure. So the first question is, in the first trial, Obi-Wan finds the tunnels beneath the floor and tells everyone to jump down. Do you think that his actions are what a normal bounty hunter would have done? Were his Jedi instincts coming through too bluntly?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Most of them would have just gone and not said a thing.
Just hang out on the pillars of death.
You could make the argument where it's all like they have a big job, they do need people for the job, so like you could make that case. But yeah, I agree with Brenan. It's like, yeah, they're all fighting for themselves except for like Reiko Hardin.
No, yeah, really, he is. And it's like, oh, my mask. Like, he just ironically like remembers that he can breathe the bad gas with his mask,
Yeah.
which by the way is a Ralph McQuarrie concept art for Boba Fett.
Right.
Sorry, Char, if that was one of your interesting facts.
You're all good.
Many interesting facts
I have yet
this
to
part.
do that to him. No, I maybe done it one other time. But Malik is the master of getting all these three interesting facts.
Well, no,
'Cause
I
I
did it-
swear he picked. I don't remember which episode it was, but he literally picked out almost all three. And Char was like, "All right, there's no point in me doing it anymore."
Well, did I do that
called
on
it.
Zygarrian slavers as well? Like I picked out almost all three of them as well.
Yes,
Like
yes.
that, and like I was gonna mention the fact that you could see a poster of Sebulba in the last episode, and I love Doug. So
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, you can.
I was gonna mention a lot of interesting facts, but I didn't want to undermine Charlie last time.
No, yeah, I just hit full send. Because I'm the co-host, I'm allowed to do that. No, but like, Todd, your thoughts?
I mean, I don't think this would like this first trial specifically isn't something that I think would be abnormal for a regular Joe Schmo bounty hunter, because these are supposed to be like the best of the best bounty hunters. So if they thought that this one first trial would kill all of them, then what's the point of gathering them all together? So I feel like this one, just because you're jumping through where the gas is coming out, it makes sense like for someone to figure that out. But the next ones, he definitely is like, all right, maybe this guy knows a little more. He's got a little extra something up his sleeve.
No, yeah. Hereth, your thoughts?
I mean, I agree with Brendan. It's like Obi-Wan this entire like episode is just like making himself clearly obvious that he's like has some force sensitivity to like some extent, where it's like no one else would do this, or no one else would stand there and help each other, because like Malik said, everyone's just in it for themselves, and like they're just trying to get out and like survive. And Obi-Wan's like, no, come down here. Wait, you can do this. No, you can do that. Like all that kind of stuff.
No, yeah, absolutely. So then the second part of that question is, when Dooku asked for more information on him, do you think it was because he was intrigued but with his skills, or do you think that he made the connection? Do you think he could have sensed the force within him?
You know where I stand on this one.
No, yeah. So
I think we
Hereth definitely thinks-
starting to put the pieces together, because obviously the idea that this bounty hunter was able to kill Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Dooku's very familiar with Kenobi. It's like, hold on now, if this guy's able to kill him, then what's going on here?
yeah.
I approve this message.
Oh my god.
Anyway, sorry. Continue. Malik, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think he's very much like he senses something off. He probably does sense the force. Maybe he just thinks, oh, maybe this bounty hunter's force sensitive, just doesn't realize it. But like he does, like, again, like when he says like Kenobi, it's like very much like, yeah, no, like something's off. Which is why like we see later on, and like in the next episode, he's very much like, yeah, no, I'm suspicious and I'm gonna start taking measures, you know.
Brennan, are you drinking blue milk?
It's It's just milk.
Oh.
Good, because the blue milk sucked.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, you didn't
Oh,
have
it's
any alcohol in
the-
that blue milk though, which they don't sell in
is the-
Disneyland. What the hell?
It's tropical. It's like the tropical punch, but it's like the white flavor. It's like pina colada.
White flavor?
I don't know. It's white.
What does white taste like, Brendan?
Bland.
Pina colada.
Incredible.
I had to put Walter back. He was getting tired.
Gotcha.
Feel that.
I think another thing I like about this episode is like, as a huge D&D fan, this is essentially just like Moralo Eval is like a toxic DM, and like where it's like, no, well, I changed the rules and you can only do this. No, well, like you can't do that. Well, I said that this serum only works for one of the characters, and no.
Now that you say that, like when we did ours, you were the opposite of that. You allowed us to do whatever we fucking wanted, and I loved that.
God.
Moralo Eval is the bad DM. Is Dooku the backseat DM that's trying to backseat this entire operation from behind the scenes?
Dooku's the non-toxic DM because he makes the toxic DM go in and play his own and like live his just desserts. He's actually pretty fair about it.
Oh shit. Brendan, I'll repeat the question. When Dooku asked for more information on Reiko Hardin, do you think it was because he was intrigued with his skills, or do you think he made the connection? Do you think he could have sensed the Force within him?
I think it's highly plausible that Dooku could have just sensed there's something off, and as he was going on and watching what he was doing inside of the box, I think he put two and two together that it could have been Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
It's all left up to interpretation of when they figure this out, honestly. But yeah, I think Dooku figured it out inside the box that he was Obi-Wan.
And Hereth already has given us his thoughts. Pretty short and sweet to the point. Obviously, he thinks yes. So then the final question for this episode. Obi-Wan figures out each task pretty quickly. Do you think that is a testament to his Jedi powers, or do you think it's just a showcase of his true intelligence?
Intelligence.
Or is it both?
Oh yeah, both.
A little bit of both.
It's both. It's both. But I think it's more intelligent. I think you have to think about which challenge it is. If it's the recognizing the pattern, to be able to jump and go all this. Like that, obviously, it helps that he has the Jedi skills to do it, but to figure it out takes the intelligence. And then with the sniper, that takes skill. And then I think the one with the Dioxis is just pure intelligence.
Which is kind of funny because Obi-Wan, so uncivilized, and he's a sniper. How great. Todd, your thoughts?
I think it's definitely a combination of both, and I think his just general knowledge of things, like the fact that for the race shield test, like he knew the one species would be fine. Whether like one of you is going to be immune to this serum, we're not going to tell you who. And Obi-Wan's like, yeah, it's this guy right here.
And I love how Bane's like, how do you know that? Obi-Wan's like, I don't know.
No. He said
I used to hunt them.
Yeah. He says that's what I used to do is hunt them. And then I love that bounty hunter going, what? Just perfect.
Funny enough, he ends up killing that bounty hunter in the next episode. The only one he actually kills.
Yes.
He's just staying true to his character.
Yeah, Malik, your thoughts?
Sorry, repeat the question again. Like,
do we think it's
his skill and intelligence? Yeah, like skill and intelligence. Yeah, it's again we keep going off, so like I get lost in our conversation. Like, yeah, what was the OG question? But no, it's like a combination of both. I feel like again, like it's just he's smart enough to realize, oh, like I can scout, I can use my filter in my helmet to get through the big gas. Oh, I can like I know the biology of the species. Yeah, it's just like it's kind of just like again, like it's like Brennan says, where it's like the only one with actual development in this arc is Anakin. It's just Obi-Wan just being Obi-Wan, smart, good instincts, he's able to handle it.
Yeah, that's true. Hereth, both?
I mean, a little bit of both. like Malik said, I feel like I don't know. I feel like you can't say it's one or the other. I think he just kind of like pushes and challenges it. Like definitely on like the sniper one, I feel like he was definitely using like his force to like time up the jumps of like hitting the shots, and then like when he ran out, he's like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, he does put Reiko Hardin down for sure.
You mean Raleigh Vol?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he doesn't put himself down.
could-
even though he is sad Obi-Wan quite often.
He continued to try to be the toxic gamer. He's like, now I'm gonna change the rules in the middle of the fight, and then the things rise up and like the flames rise up. I'm like, oh my god.
And then Cat Bane's like, he's like, this is BS. Come on, you know the rules.
It's the great line. You want to kill him?
Conversations.
Yeah, he said, you want to kill him? Do it like a man. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's both. I think it's a very interesting question of like, there are times where you could say one or the other, just like you guys have brought up, and it just depends on the scenario. You know what I mean? And then the final question in this episode: had the roles been switched and Anakin was sent, do you think that he would have been more or less successful? What different choices would he have made?
Anakin's not making it out of the prison.
Anakin would have fought all the other bounty hunters.
Oh, Anakin would have like soloed all of them. We'd been like, Bane, get over here. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like Anakin's not making it out of the prison. No, this would have failed instantly if this was Anakin.
No, yeah, I could see that.
Ahsoka maybe would have like gotten this far, but Anakin, no.
You know what would have happened? He would have been in the prison. You would have heard one like inmate says, "I hate that Amidala chick."
I think Obi-Wan, like his master, has a particular set of skills that suits him to this task.
Like Qui-Gon, I have a particular set of skills.
I will find you and I will show you.
Did you guys get the voice dialogue in Lego Star Wars where Qui-Gon says that?
Does he
No.
really?
Oh,
He says it
no.
in Lego Star Wars, the new one.
Is it when he's AFK or?
I got it when I was trying to do a parkour kind of thing to get a mini kit.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Choco likes to just make one of my favorite characters.
Anakin's a little guy. I don't know.
Oh no!
I mean, Elzar would have done that, but I don't think Anakin would.
I will, yeah, you know, or yeah. Well, we're not gonna touch that, but I absolutely agree. Like Anakin, literally, and you see this in Brotherhood as well. Like he's very like he's not conspicuous with what he does. He's very much like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it. Whereas Obi-Wan just like meticulously is like in the back, and he's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, blah blah blah, and then executes it. Anakin just has zero plan and just like, yeah.
It's very much like Obi-Wan's the intelligence and the brains behind everything, and then Anakin's just the muscle.
Good. I read that wrong, Chaco.
You'd be top dog. I would have been. Oh my god, Alanis.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Well,
Anything for Hayden.
anything for because of Obi-Wan.
Every day we stray farther from the light side of the Force.
Yeah.
Oh my
This is
God.
why we
No
can't have nice
idea.
things, Alanis.
No idea. All right, Char. That is the end of that episode. Now we're on to the final episode, which I think is my favorite episode of the arc.
Yes. All right. So the final episode of this arc, season 4, episode 18, titled "Crisis on Naboo."
Again.
All right. This time, I'm gonna give you guys the Gilbert Gottfried voice again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I was about to ask.
Hey, I beat you to it. Ready? All right. I'll give you.
Malik!
I'm gonna give you maximum effort here. So yeah,
All right.
Malik, you're doing the right thing. All right, ready?
Oh.
Supreme Chancellor and Peril, after surviving the ordeals of the box, Obi-Wan Kenobi, working undercover as assassin Reiko Hardin, is invited to join Count Dooku's plot against Chancellor Palpatine, working with a team of deadly bounty hunters. Obi-Wan travels to the planet of Naboo, where the Chancellor will preside over the Festival of Light. Now, as the Jedi Council and Count Dooku finalize their respective plans, a deadly confrontation seems inevitable.
All right. Sorry to the listeners, the audio listeners. This is a bit that we are probably going to have the rest
This
of
is
the
where I plug.
time.
Please use a level later. when
I
we
will
do
pay
the
Char
editing
to
audio
not do
podcast.
that during celebration. All right. Well, Char, looks
I
like
will
you're winning.
pay Char to do it
That's
during
free cash.
celebration.
My brain is trying to tear
Char,
itself apart from the
$25
inside.
to do it for that celebration.
All right, we got
I'll
20,
raise that
we
to
got
30
25,
to do
25,
it.
25, 25. Or wait, 20, 20, 20. Oh, 25, 25, 25. Oh, we got 30, we got 30, we got 30, we got 30.
Go for the man on the right.
All right. All right.
Look,
Okay.
first thing I'm gonna do when I see you, I'm gonna say that voice, and I will take that cash right out of your hand and go buy me some blue milk. All right?
Blue milk sucks. It's not good, guys. Stop drinking it.
I
Mix
have no
them.
opinion.
Brooke-
I've just
Blue milk's so-
never
Brooke,
had it
Brooke
either.
would like a word.
I would
Choco,
also
did
like
you,
to-
Brooke,
Blue milk
Brooke,
supremacy.
Brooke likes
Yes.
Obi-Wan's mullet. We disagree on a lot of things, all right?
Oh, listen, don't you hate on the mullet?
no.
You don't like the
we
Obi-Wan
won't-
mullet?
The
Alright,
mullet's
you know,
like Jedi
awful.
mullet?
The mullet is
Oh,
awful
the
and should have
mullet
been
is
All
gone.
right,
Yes,
hold on,
you
hold
know
on,
Star
Malik.
Wars.
Malik, okay then. What do you think of his hairstyle in the show?
Oh, what? Bald or?
No, not bald.
It's just
he's
Revenge of the
got-
Sith Obi-Wan.
No, it's not.
Yeah, just the
No,
the
not
short hair.
no. I mean in like the Kenobi show.
Oh, I
What
hate
we're
it.
going to get it.
But like he's supposed to look awful because he's a hermit, so I get it. But like I hate the mullet.
Oh no, we can't
But-
tolerate mullet slander.
Yeah, I the mullet, the Attack of the Clones mullet has like really grown on me. So I really do like his look in Kenobi. But anyway,
Don't
think
do
Malik
this.
Space,
Luke.
Space Jesus.
Don't go this way.
I think Malik,
this is how liberty dies with thunderous applause.
I think Malik would like Obi-Wan's look in Brotherhood. You know, the longer mullet.
Oh yes, yes. He really is Space Jesus by that point. Not even gonna lie, he is literally Space Jesus.
My God.
It's great. Char, do you want me to take the questions? Finish
Oh.
her off.
I'll take the question.
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
take the questions. All right. Chuck, bald Obi-Wan can't hurt you, I promise. Bald Obi-Wan.
Bald Obi-Wan hurt a lot of people in this episode.
No, that's the meme. That's the meme. It's okay, son.
I know-
Bald
I
Obi-Wan
know.
can't hurt you.
I actually really appreciate bald Obi-Wan in this arc. They did a really good job of like making it look exactly like
Yeah, I thought about that. It looks like
That's a good
Phantom
one.
Menace. I was thinking about
Yeah.
that.
I think they did a really good job with the animation with that.
So I have to ask, how does the hair come back so fast?
Force powers.
Dark Giant.
Well, that's what happens when Rico Hardin is trying to. Well, that's what happens when Rico Hardin is trying to train every single day to look like Obi-Wan Kenobi until Star Wars Celebration.
Good one, Char. Nobody's gonna get that one.
Yeah,
I got that one.
I don't
try to
even
do
get it.
something there. I try to
that
do
that
something.
one flopped.
It's
Hey,
like-
hey, HR. I understood that reference.
It's like because like his beard comes back pretty good, pretty fast. I'm just like, oh, like for someone who's like completely hairless, it comes back pretty fast. I'm like, was the transformation chamber like, does it bring back your hair as well?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So Luke, have you gone through the moral? Have you said the moral yet? Or
Oh, the moral. Yeah.
yeah.
go ahead.
So the moral of the final episode of this arc is trust is the greatest of gifts, but it must be earned, which is it's very true on many levels. So the first question of this episode is that Anakin essentially makes Ahsoka Padme's bodyguard. What do you think this says about Anakin's trust in Ahsoka and their bond? If Ahsoka couldn't go, do you think Anakin could have trusted anyone else with the job?
I think the only person that Anakin would trust is Obi-Wan, and that's not really an
Wah,
option.
wah, wah.
Wow.
No.
I haven't read Queen's Hope, but does he know that like Sabe is like around like
Right now, no. Read Queen's Hope.
okay.
Read Queen's Hope. It'll give you
Okay.
context.
Oh, man,
It's like maybe I imagine you trust her if he kind of knows what that whole deal is.
in the trilogy, you must go. Pain you will find.
Yeah, pretty much.
So reading Star Wars in general.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
Any other thoughts to Ahsoka? Like anything?
I mean, Anakin trusts Ahsoka by this point in the Clone Wars. Like, I feel like they're like brother and sister at this point.
Yeah.
It's very it's just like damn man what could have been when you see them like together and she's like and they're like joking about Anakin. It makes you think like did Ahsoka know they were together?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
It's very much hinted.
It's in Forces in, or the what is the show called?
Also read Vader 2020.
I'll do that.
What is the 2D show with that was like the shorts on Disney Plus? What is it called?
Forces of
Oh,
Destiny.
Forces
Yeah.
of Destiny.
Yeah, Ahsoka literally asks them about like, so what's the deal with that? And Anakin Padme are like,
We'll tell you when we're older.
I think the funniest case of that is like Thrawn when like
Yes.
Yes.
when Padme sees Anakin tries to run up to hug him, Anakin's like, and Thrawn's just there like, huh.
Something's off right there. I know something's going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out.
My
Vaughn's using
favorite-
those deductive skills to really solve that one.
Yeah.
My favorite is still Attack of the Clones when Yoda walks in and Padme just straight up runs up to Anakin and kisses him on the lips and nobody notices.
Not a fucking person. Not a fucking person. Like everybody's just like, there's 3 clones there: Yoda, Obi Wan, and Anakin. Obi Wan is like licking his wounds, like literally just like sitting there, like going like, damn it. He just like sits there and he's like, ow. Yoda's like, fuck, I just fought Dooku and I haven't done that in a while. And then
Meditate on this, I must.
yeah, meditate. And then literally just she sprints straight to Anakin and just instantly like just smack on the lips. I'm just like, what?
Nobody
we're
noticed.
So we're just not gonna talk about this?
Must be a casual way of greeting those kids do nowadays.
Oh shit. Oh my
Yoda tries to kiss me. When you come here, I'm going to greet you.
Oh shit. All right. Next question, Char. Or do you want me to take over?
I'll take over. My dogs are being really loud and barking.
So
Okay, I'll take over.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can do it. Palpatine's comments. I think Anakin is all the security that I need. What do you think this says about Palpatine, where he is with his plan with Anakin? Do you think that Palpatine know exactly what was happening?
I think that Palpatine would have been cool if Anakin killed Dooku here.
Yes.
That's what Palpatine wanted.
Agreed. I mean, you can clearly see that when Anakin is so close, when he says, I love the line that Matt Lanter gives. And I think I can't even remember the.
You should have
line.
gone down here when you're still alive, Dooku.
Yeah, you should have gotten out here while you were still alive, Dooku. Like the way he delivers that line is just like I can hear Hayden say it as well.
I can also hear James Earl Jones Vader say it as well.
Exactly.
Doesn't it make you so excited that Hayden has watched this and like taken it in for his
Right?
performance?
Yes.
He's watched this and he's taking it in for his performance in Obi Wan.
If I have the honor of asking him a question, I'm gonna be like, what is your favorite Clone Wars arc? And why is it the last episode of the Obi Wan Bounty Hunter arc? No further questions, Your Honor. Just done.
Mic drop, walk away.
Don't you dare say Mortis, because everybody says Mortis. Damn it.
You basic.
No, watch him. Actually, I would probably pass away if he said the Citadel arc.
He's a huge D Squad fan. He loves that meme.
God, that was so fucking funny.
He's been Dave. How do we get Meeber Gascon into either Ahsoka or Obi-Wan? Because I need to interact with this character.
Yeah, Meeber Gascon shows out of nowhere.
Also, I was literally hinting at that the entire episode. Highlight Jocko's comment. That's literally the underlying meaning of his arc. Yes, it's all about Bounty Hunter Obi-Wan, but that's on the surface level. On like the layered levels, if you look more into it, the whole meaning is Palpatine turning Anakin to the dark side. That was the end game there.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris goes, he just wasn't ready yet. Need to go back to the dark side. But like this lightsaber duel is by far one of my favorites. I think it's a very underrated lightsaber duel, and just because like a lot of the lightsaber duels that I really, really enjoy, yes, they're action packed, but a lot of them are like story meaning. Like it moves the story forward. It means a lot in the moment of the story. Are you guys kind of the same way when it comes to lightsaber fights in the saga as a whole? Out of everything, out of all the media,
Someone else go first.
Yeah, I would say like my favorite like duels are Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So I love the fights with emotion in it. And honestly, this fight is clearly just Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi combined with Anakin and Dooku.
I do love the parallels between the Luke and Vader at the end of the Return of the Jedi fight and Anakin and Dooku, like just Anakin wailing on Dooku.
Yes.
In the same way as Luke. Those parallels are fantastic.
And there's the parallel of Dooku using the Force and like throwing stuff at Anakin, very Empire style.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just chucking chairs.
Love it.
Silverware that goes into his arm and he's like not even phased.
Yeah, it's I don't know, like this fight didn't jump out to me. Like when it comes to like my favorite like probably like fight is probably still like throne room fight scene Last Jedi, but like it's I don't know, it's there. It's like there's my favorite Dooku fight is probably gotta be season 6, like with Anakin and Obi Wan
On Obadiah.
when he just like bodies both of them and then like kills the what's his name? God, the Pike dude.
Yes. Just murked them.
Well, like it's nice showcase to, like what's to come. It is cool to see Obi Wan like lightsaber fight as Reiko, and it's like
yes,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm kind of just on it as a lightsaber duel. Like it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at Reiko Hardy's face with Obi-Wan, like he's scared, like what the hell is happening down there?
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting, and the way they shot it though is incredible. Brendan, your thoughts?
I want to add on to what Malik said actually. So it's kind of off topic, right? Do you guys remember when everyone was complaining about the spin in the Book of Boba Fett?
Yes.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Anakin do this super extra spin in that season 6 fight where they both twirl completely around and go whoosh.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No, I don't want to hear anyone complain about that Book of Boba Fett spin if you're not ready to talk about that Anakin and Obi-Wan spin.
No, yeah.
So like, what the hell? Every Anakin Obi-Wan fight, I feel like is a super like extra. For no reason.
Yep. Nope. It fits it fits at least Anakin's character because we all know Skywalker blood.
It fits Obi-Wan's character.
They're both very flamboyant.
The master of trolling Obi-Wan Kenobi himself.
Yeah.
I like Dooku's line too. It was like, "You are a worthy adversary, Obi-Wan. Your apprentice, not so much."
Yeah. Straight up.
A little lacking.
Well, it's interesting because he thinks so highly of Obi-Wan. And this is even stated in the Revenge of the Sith novelization. Like in her monologue, he wanted Palpatine to go after Obi-Wan, not Anakin. Because he felt like Obi-Wan would have been a much more wortzy ally than Anakin.
Or even having an Attack of the Clones when he's basically telling like the whole thing about Palpatine to Obi-Wan. He's like, "Come join me. Let's go do some fun stuff."
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the final question of the
we all knew that Obi-Wan wanted to chime in on that fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially with that mullet. Come on, he was literally taken shots earlier.
God,
yeah.
Mullet Obi-Wan was a mistake.
Char, go ahead and take the last question.
So. All right. So the final question of this episode. So it is: how do you think the confrontation between Anakin and Dooku later foreshadows their battle in Revenge of the Sith? What do you think this battle told Dooku about Anakin? What do you think Palpatine learned about both of his apprentices from it?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we see a lot more control from Anakin in the Revenge of the Sith fight versus this one. Like this one's much more like him going just absolute primal on Dooku and just full dark side kind of energy going at him.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Revenge of the Sith fight is very much more controlled and like him basically one-upping everything that Dooku's able to do, and then Palpatine, doing the do it whole stuff and chopping off Dooku's head. So I think he learns each time he fights Dooku how to kind of compose himself a little bit better to make him a better lightsaber fighter.
Yeah. Can we just talk about how Hereth is doing like the
Palpatine
yeah,
jump.
I think it's this simple. Anakin's powers had not doubled yet.
There you go.
This simple. That's why Anakin
Great.
lost this fight.
I'm gonna sit here and have the most.
He was in the Coruscant gym. Come on.
I honestly think this should have been the last duel between Anakin and Dooku in the Clone Wars. I think the season 6 fight is cool, but this feels like more of like you can see the progression from here to Revenge of the Sith.
Well, you can see it from even I think this lightsaber fight has a little bit of the it's still the anger emotion driven Attack of the Clones, but it's not as much. So he's learned. You see the progression from Attack of the Clones to this fight in particular in the Clone Wars, and then you see it obviously in Revenge of the Sith. To round it all out, Malik, your thoughts?
For me, like it's very clear when Anakin starts. Like I think he starts choking like Dooku, and Palpatine's like, I gotta hide the smile, but yeah, but like.
Yeah.
You know, like it's very again, it literally is all one big foreshadow. You know, he literally like Palpatine is like captured and like he's being held by the Magna Guards. He literally fights the Magna Guards like they do on the Invisible Hand as well. It is all one just big foreshadow for Revenge of the Sith. I do like the whole like Dooku says like like Obi Wan, you're the one that's like a threat, not Anakin. And Anakin's the one who fucking kills him. I'm freaking kills him. My bad.
No,
Karking kills him. But yeah, no, like it's just dope. Again, it is funny to see Palpatine kind of like play the role to like unhand me, droid.
I was gonna mention that.
Yeah.
It was like a Ahsoka in the Sigurian. Unhand me, you. What was the word
Heathen.
that she said?
Little off topic still on the episode. Like, can we? How I've noticed this. Cad Bane's referred to every like woman character he's ever met as little lady. Yeah,
Little
he
lady.
calls Padme little lady. He calls Ahsoka little lady. He calls Omega little lady. I'm like, oh,
No, wait, didn't he also call Fennec Shand a little lady?
Yes.
I don't remember. Oh, does he?
I think so. Yeah.
I was hoping they would call back to that in Book of Boba
It's
Fett.
like his version of Sweet Cheeks, just awful in
Yes.
every way.
It literally is. It literally is.
Yeah, like he calls every woman he's ever met little lady.
Little lady.
Also, his outfit looked just like Cobb Vance to me. It just did.
No, but it does. It does now that you say that. Now that I think about it. But yeah. Char, that's it for the arc. Yeah, it's you.
That's me.
Yep.
Oh no.
3 interesting facts.
All right. So the 3 interesting facts about this arc.
I thought it was
Already
two.
ruined one.
Intro, ready? 3 interesting facts about a certain Clone Wars arc that you didn't know about until now. Part 26, Obi Wan Undercover Edition. Fact 1: familiar outfits, but a different color. The robes of the mourning senators are existing outfits, but colored in black. Amidala is wearing a dark version of her ambassadorial robes as seen in the previous episode that we covered, A Friend in Need. Satine is wearing her Senate gown, but in black. Mon Mothma's dress is sourced from the same white one that she had worn previously. Fact 2: a change in the element of the box. Water, not gas, was supposed to fill the chamber in the first challenge. As what Dave Filoni said, at the point when we wrote this story, which was the same group of stories as ARC Troopers, we had yet to solve water, explains Dave Filoni. Thus, the water idea was dropped in favor of gas. Even though the team would eventually solve for water, the constrained FX budget was for the box was necessitated sticking with dioxis gas. And then fact 3, the intentions of Count Dooku. At the end of the box, the outcome of this episode illuminates, or I would say the end of the Crisis on Naboo episode. The outcome of this episode illuminates the intent and reality of the box. Dooku's plan was never about getting bounty hunters to successfully kidnap the Chancellor. It was about diverting the Jedi from his real kidnapping attempt. That means Dooku suspected a Jedi would infiltrate his conspiracy, and the box exercise was about flushing that Jedi out, which is why Dooku took such interest in Reiko Hardeen's abilities and actions. And there you have it. Those are the 3 interesting facts about the Obi-Wan undercover arc.
So-
I also scrapped the Saboba one, but Saboba, what it said on it was that Saboba was signing autographs at Saturday at 10 a.m. So
Also, I was gonna say, did you notice that in the final episode when Cad Bane and like had their scrap, that there was like a thing in the background? Apparently, that was supposed to where they originally supposed to have their fight, but the animators fucked up and accidentally put it outside. So they modeled the entire inside of that building for nothing.
Oh, nice, nice. Seems like a Clone Wars type of thing.
I think another thing I heard is that like the two ships that they actually look at when they're on Nal Hutta is like one is actually modeled after the Houndstooth Bosk ship, and the other one is modeled after one of Lando's luxury ships.
Nice. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
One thing, I have
no,
one
you're
thing
good.
real quick. So, with Mon Mothma being at Obi-Wan's funeral, what relationship does Mon Mothma have to Obi-Wan to where she would be at his funeral?
Just being part of the Senate.
she's Mon Mothma, and it's cool.
Like, I guess that's always a solid answer, but like, I would love to hear like why they chose Mon Mothma in particular.
I don't know.
Well, maybe she got some Bothan spies to give her some information about a funeral that she had to attend. You know,
Yeah, maybe.
Many Bothans died. To give us-
She-
I don't
I
understand. But like,
the
here's
real
the other
Rogue
thing.
too.
Here's the other thing. I don't understand why people get that mixed up. Like why they think that line is in A New Hope and not in Return of the Jedi. It's just that's so weird.
Well, remember, like it just kind of happens. Like people, like like people think the Vader says, "Luke, I am father." He just says, "No, I am your father." Again, it's just like
Yeah.
when something is popular stuff just gets misremembered.
Well, there you go. There's the underlining.
I
comes
mean,
out and says it.
I know. I had a funnier entire meeting. Like, imagine Padme and Satine are there, are like actually supporting it. Mon Mothma's just there because they want to support Padme and Satine. They're like, can we just go to the bar afterwards? Like, why are we still here?
Brooke, what they?
Yep. But it is that time now. The episode rankings. Everybody's kind of Todd is new on screen, but he has seen this process before. Youngling bad, Padawan okay, Jedi Knight good, Jedi Master great, Grandmaster chef's kiss, and we are on. I think we've had 4 Grandmasters, and 2 of
Yes,
them.
I think
and
we've had
2 in
4.
a row.
Yeah, it was the Padme arc, and it was Mortis, and then we had
Umbara and Nigerian
Citadel.
slaveovers.
No, Citadel wasn't it? Zygerian
Cit-
slavers and Umbara. Yeah.
Yeah, Umbara.
Hungarian slavers goaded.
Yep. So, Todd, you are the new guest. So, what is your ranking?
I'd probably give this a Jedi Master. Like I really enjoy this arc, especially because I'm a big bounty hunter fan. So just anytime they introduce more bounty hunters, I'm always for it. And the whole aspect that it's Palpatine playing Anakin and really kind of digging his nails even deeper into Anakin, I think is a really cool aspect to this whole arc and pushes Anakin's character forward to where we see him in Revenge of the Sith.
Yep. Malik?
For me, I'm gonna give it a Grandmaster. I like a blemished Grandmaster. I still take issue that Satine doesn't get anything but a brief appearance. Like that is like it's annoying. I wish she had something, but like other than that, like this is one of my favorite arcs of all Clone Wars. I used to rewatch this arc constantly back when Clone Wars was on Netflix. I remember those days. And it was just like I watch all the time. I love this arc so much. I love seeing the bounty hunters as well, seeing Boba Fett. It added so much more dimensions to like Anakin's character arc, Revenge of the Sith, and how like he actually does become, Jedi, all the cool foreshadows, seeing Nal Hutta, seeing like all these. It was so dope. I love this arc so much. It's one of my favorite. It's up there as it might be my favorite arc. I generally do love this arc.
Brendan?
So this is one of those episodes that I show when I'm showing people Clone Wars for the first time. This is one of the arcs I first come to. This is a Grandmaster. This is one of the best arcs. If not, it's definitely at least a top 5 arc of the entire series. S tier, Grandmaster, whatever you want to call it. It's great.
Okay. Hereth?
I'm gonna continue the trend. Grandmaster, top 5 arc, amazing.
Not Hereth, but Char. Sorry, I got distracted. There's a storm going out over there. Sorry. Go ahead.
I will give this a Grandmaster, just because of the bounty hunter. Excuse me, the bounty hunter part of the episode. I really enjoyed the box episode. Moralo Evol was great. I loved how Dooku was behind the scenes doing everything. And sorry, I'm losing my voice right now. I don't know why.
Gilbert Godfrey
Let's
killed
go
you.
for Gilbert.
Gilbert
Hey,
Godfrey.
There's always a caveat to all good things.
Yeah.
No, but I give it a Grandmaster, 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Grandmaster as well. I think it's a well done arc. You get to see everything just like everybody else said. So,
But
I'm gonna
Luke,
go
this does not
Grandmaster.
count for one of those.
No,
of those
it would
four.
have to be.
Since
It would
was
have to be.
a-
It would have
yeah.
to be. It would have to be.
It have to be a
So this would be.
unanimous.
So this would end up being a Jedi Master, which isn't bad, but you know.
Boom! We had
I've never had all the rest of the guests tag just go ahead and rip apart.
He's a new guy. Leave him alone.
Give it a Grandmaster, make the sweep happen. Come on.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure. Peer
He's
pressure.
new.
Yeah,
I'll bump it up in the
Okay.
name of the sweep.
All right.
What does
Hey,
what
all
does
right.
chat think? Can chat be the deciding factor?
Chat, give me your guys' thoughts. If we have more Grandmasters, we will make it a clean sweep.
Brooke's vote doesn't count. She likes mullet Obi Wan.
Do not exclude any votes. No,
Brooks
not.
count. Brooks count.
Yeah, Brooks count. But quickly, we are going to go to the news from the Holo Net. Okay, obviously we've been talking about Brotherhood, like mentioning Brotherhood. If you have not read the book, we're gonna try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible. Some of us, I am the only one on the panel that has read it all the way through, which should not surprise anybody. But what has been everybody's thoughts on the book so far from where you're at?
I love this book.
I love it too. So far, I'm on chapter 30, and I'm just loving the way the direction is going, especially with Obi-Wan's character, because this book is essentially Obi-Wan featuring Anakin Skywalker, and I love this so much.
This feels a lot like Dark Disciple did for me, where this would be like a perfect thing that would just fit in with the Clone Wars arc.
Ooh, now I'm really excited because Dark Disciple's a god tier book. Ooh, now I'm
It
really
is.
excited.
It is.
Malik,
I would not put it up with Dark Disciple so far. So
Okay.
far. I
Hey,
wanna
hey,
read the whole
make that claim when you finish the book. You know.
I will.
Well, Todd hasn't
the
finished the book either.
The verdict is still out. Okay,
Yeah,
it's good so far. But is it Dark Disciple? That's Dark
Dark
Disciple
Disciple is really good.
God-tier book.
I will say, being the only one that has finished it, it is the best canon book that I have read.
Wow.
That's a bold statement.
It's not.
Hey,
you have to-
no bias in there.
Like I'm saying, like, okay, Luke, that's the top Lost Stars. That's
It's
the top
yeah,
Rising Storm.
Yes,
That's the top.
Yes.
That's the top Claudia Gray's body of
Yes.
work alone. Like,
Yes.
nah.
yes, it does. It does.
Uh-huh.
The way Mike Chen writes Anakin and Obi-Wan. Yes, it's
Lesser
better than
evil.
lesser. Anything is better than fucking Thrawn, you goddamn pieces of shit.
And Fallen Star.
Thrawn is not that good.
Yes, he
okay?
is. Yes, he is. Thrawn is that good.
No, he's
It's a-
not. It's not.
Is it
This
better than
is
Fallen
better.
Star?
Yes, it is better than Fallen Star.
Get out
Y'all
of here.
y'all need to finish it before we even.
It's not. It's not better than Canto Bight because that is Catpin Shaclop. And you can't beat Catpin Shaclop. It's just not
That's what I'm
how it
talking about.
works.
It's
Oh, okay,
not
I'm-
better than the Bible.
Okay, Alanis,
I-
not a Kyber, who is one of the biggest Thrawn stans, has said she agrees with me that, and it kills her to agree with me, that this book is the best book that she has read.
She's just
Wait,
lying
Hereth, did
about
you
your
say that
feelings.
lesser evil is the Bible?
Yes, I called it the
It
Ascendancy
literally-
Bible.
it
Brotherhood
literally
literally
is a
has
Bible.
Jesus on it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Space Jesus. That trumps everything.
No, this is the Ascendancy Bible. That is just
whatever,
the normal
whatever.
Christian
That's
Bible.
that's the Bible because it's big. We're
Yeah.
talking like it's the Bible because it literally
Jesus
has
is in it.
Jesus on it.
Yeah,
If we want to look at the Bible, I think we should be looking at this.
Fair enough.
that is.
All right, someone pull out the origami Yoda book.
No, I'm just like all of the connections to different canon.
Char will
Like,
call
different
this one a
things.
Bible. He's right there.
I'm talking about.
Not even.
I see Boba Fett and then a D tier character.
Well,
W.
yeah, not even just canon. It's there's little legend references that have become canon now because of this book. There's so many good things in this book. The character development, the way we see Anakin progress as from what we see in Attack of the Clones to what we eventually see in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, not even just as a Jedi,
it's-
but as a lover too.
Well, yeah. Well, yes. No, seriously.
I was
Yeah.
not ready for that in this book.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. Like the moment. The moments.
Like, there's
tell you.
What is
beautiful
that, a
romance elements
blanket
with
in our
Padme and Anakin in this
speeder,
book.
Padme? What are we gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Want to go for a ride?
Now this is pod racing.
Blankets
Literally. But-
face.
yeah, Malik.
I was about to say, like, it can't top like High Republic because it doesn't get horny. I'm like, I stand corrected. Whoa.
Dude.
Oh no, Padme's going
Dude.
straight to horny jail.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Malik, you go get this book, and you need to talk to me when you get to like a certain points, and you just have to message me, and I will talk about it with you because this is literally my favorite. Like, yes, it's Anakin and Obi Wan; those are my two favorite characters. But like the way he writes them is better than they have ever been written in anything.
He
encapsulates everything of those two characters.
he said he consulted E.K. Johnson to have it matched up with Queen's Hope, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So consulted Adam
Yeah.
Christopher and Kristen White for Padawan. So
And he also, and I think he also reached out to Matthew Stover.
correct, because he's also in the acknowledgments.
Yes.
Yeah, so Malik, when I say that Anakin progresses as a lover, I was not lying.
Yeah, no, he's not lying.
Also, Malik,
Okay.
I know you always like start your books with the crawl. This one, start with the Clone Wars theme. It will hit different.
Oh yeah, that's so like yeah.
And
for one
Hereth,
thing
I still got to do that thing for you. So
for content, one thing I like to do is that like if I feel like the music like fits, I'll always play like the Star Wars opening crawl theme when I start a Star Wars book, like on a Spotify or something to like match up. But like I also do like certain like scenes, like for Dark Disciple, for like the ending scene, I played Han and Leia's theme, Brendan, and that hurt like, a lot.
Oh god.
oh my god.
Damn.
Like I would
There
play
you
like
go.
I would play
Oh,
like
God.
sinister. I played like sinister, like villain music whenever I had like Markion Rowe monologuing to fit as well. It just added so much to it.
No, yeah, absolutely. I cannot gush about this fucking book enough. Like I can't hype it up more. Like I was already prepared to give it its due, and it blew my expectations away.
All right,
It's so damn good.
I'll pick it up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, I and anybody who wants to talk about it, reach out to me. I will fucking talk about it for hours. But we also got Obi Wan Kenobi. They've started the press tour. It started in Germany yesterday. We've heard a lot of good things and a lot of things from Ewan about how it's nice now to see the appreciation for the films, the prequel films in particular. How does everybody feel about that? I really the thing that got to me is that he finally is recognizing the work that they did, and he realizes now that it wasn't made for the people that were the critics. They were made for the people that are now older.
They were made for us, guys. Right here.
Whoa.
Right here in this podcast. And
Yeah.
so I watched that clip this morning and I got emotional. I'm not even gonna hide it. I got emotional hearing that. I'm like, wow.
I just
Little
I
tear.
I really hope we don't have to wait like 20 years for like to hear that from like Daisy Ridley or like Boyega.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say that was the hypocrisy of the Star Wars fandom right now. It's because all we needed was a 15-year stretch where the prequels are loved, and then when we say that the sequels will get loved in that same amount of time, everyone's like, no way, that'll never happen. But it's happening right now with that trilogy. It's like
it really is.
Also, there was a great quote tweet from that original video saying Star Wars is generational. And
Yeah,
I 100%
it
agree with
is. Absolutely, it is. Todd,
For some people, for most people, I guess.
your thoughts?
I love seeing all the positivity that the cast has around it. I think back to Celebration 2019 when they brought Ahmed Best out for the Phantom Menace 20th
Yeah, I was
anniversary
there.
panel. It was the same, like everybody just cheering, standing ovation. So for them to finally get that love that they didn't really get when these movies came out 20 plus years ago, it's nice to see that they can have a better relationship with Star Wars, because when the cast enjoys Star Wars and enjoys the fandom and enjoys interacting, then everybody's better off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, real quick before we end, Ahsoka did start production, and Rosario Dawson's birthday was today or yesterday. I think it was.
No,
yesterday.
it started. I think her birthday was on the day they were filming.
Yeah,
first
the
Okay,
day they
so
made
they
the
started-
announcement was her birthday.
Okay, so she just posted a Instagram story of her in Ahsoka makeup, so that
It was
gets me really excited.
May 9th.
Yeah, so right when they started filming.
Isn't it, we are about to see, like, we are going to see Ahsoka Tano
Yeah.
interact with Anakin Skywalker in live action. Like,
and-
holy hell.
Well, no, Malik and possibly Obi Wan.
Oh, you think you might show up in that too?
Don't forget about
Ewan's. Shut up about Thrawn.
Where is he?
Get out of here.
No.
He can't find his own way out of the unknown regions. What a loser.
He's
El
enjoying life
Pogo,
at the Ascendancy.
Just call an
ratio,
Uber, Thrawn.
baby.
Just call an Uber.
No,
L
let him-
ratio.
he's enjoying life in the Ascendancy. Let him enjoy
Anyway.
his life.
Anyway. No, I don't think Ewan's done. I think Ewan will see. He'll show up in bits and pieces of things. It just makes sense to me, because why not? You obviously Anakin with the emotional attachment is, but like it's also the kind of the same for Obi Wan as well to show up.
Here
know?
I am just asking for a live action Kane and Jarrus, but you know. What am I?
You know what? I'm right here. I'm right there with you. You
Yeah,
know?
like come on, Freddie. Like I know you're trying to start your wrestling promotion, but come on.
Come on.
No,
Bring it to
yeah.
me. Come on.
Do it.
Do
Also-
we think we're going to get Rosario Dawson at Celebration? Do you think
think
Thursday
no.
she'll show up?
I can see her coming during the Lucasfilm showcase, as long as they're not like they're in the middle of production. So I could see them not wanting to take her away, but also I'm not
She
sure.
could also do like a video thing, like, "Hey guys,
Yeah, like we're on set right now. Just wanted to say hi.
no, yeah."
Maybe that's why. Actually, all right. I solidly do not think he's coming on, or she's coming on, because Hayden's not coming on. Hayden will also be filming for Ahsoka, right?
They're bringing him. That he'll be back. He'll be at Celebration.
They haven't announced it though.
He won't
Yeah,
be
but
as
like
a guest doing autos and photos, I bet, because they said I think Rupert Friend's the last guest that they announced, and they said like this is the final guest being announced. But I could see him showing up for the Kenobi press just because they'll be doing press for the show.
Quizzy.
I don't know. I would love for him to come on. No, I'm not trying to like Hayden stay away. I want Hayden to be there. I just don't think he will be.
I think he will be. And hot take, everybody's gonna hate me after I say this. We're getting a Vader series.
We don't need one.
one.
Why?
We don't need one.
We don't
We're
need
getting
one. I
it.
would
We got
like one.
6
The
movies and a
intro-
bunch of comics.
Yeah.
All right. So here.
Rerun comics,
I want
6 movies, a 7-season TV show. No, we need more, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take the comic series and adapt it to a animated series.
But that's just more work.
More work.
No, but listen. We are in a very small percentage of Star Wars fans that actually read the comics and read the books. Most Star Wars fans are never going to hear or see these stories unless they're going to be watching Star Wars Theory or Star Wars Explained or whatever YouTuber you want to say. You know, like most fans are never going to hear of these stories. And so if we were to bring these to animated or live action shows or movies, like take Most Wanted. You could make that into a standalone series. You know, you could take A New Dawn you can make that a Rebels animated movie. You know, there's so much potential with the Star Wars books and comics. Like I keep on saying it.
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
there-
like strictly Vader, that's a bit much.
What wasn't
But
there like
hear me out. So the Vader comic in 2015 runs with this comic right here, same time period. You could run this comic, the Vader comic, and the Dr. Aphra comic. No, this is the Star Wars
That's
2015 line.
2015. That's the
Oh,
first one
okay,
they
I couldn't
started
tell.
at Marvel.
No.
Yeah.
This is the first 5 volumes of it. But
Okay.
so you could run a TV show that spans those 3 comics and put them all into one thing because they all intersect with each other anyway. You know,
Mhm.
it would
I would
like
love
you
to see
would get
Dark Aphra for sure. I think
Yeah.
I think that's where you could get Vader the most.
Yeah, that's not.
Is in
it's
And
Dark
not
also
Aphra.
more Santo.
Yeah, more Santo. Dude, 2 of my favorite characters on screen together. Fuck yes, sign me up.
You can't
I'm
tell
there.
me this wouldn't be awesome to see in animated. Vader and Luke meet for the first time ever, you know?
Yeah.
The first time Luke and Boba meet, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
time Vader finds out that Luke's his son. We like most fans
are
will never
huge
hear of that
moments.
story. You
Yeah,
know?
those are
I
huge
feel like that's
moments.
too big for just normal fans just to miss out on.
I get that, but I also do. I don't know. Like I think that takes it away. Like I don't know. I like the fact that like that they are in the book. You know that I can go to the book and
Mhm.
experience them. You know, like I not everything needs an adaptation. You know, like we can just like oh cool, that part's in the book and it feels special because I put the effort for the book. You know,
That
like
makes sense.
Mm.
I get that, Malik.
Yeah.
I'm
And a
not
lot of
sure-
the things is like I just don't want it to be hand fed on a screen. You know, it's just like the book experience is fun, and there's just some things that just are just better off staying in a book. And
I mean,
That's fair.
Yes and no. I don't think you want to adapt every single Star Wars book, right? But I think there are some that would make better movies and TV shows than others.
oh yeah, like the High Republic like would be amazing. Like,
Yeah,
like
They
why
should
don't you do a High
I
Republic?
agree. I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I
I
think-
think we're gonna get that.
Like,
announced
that's the
on
biggest
Thursday as well.
misconception about just casual fans that they just don't understand what the High Republic is all about. Like, like why make a Vader series when you can have a story about the High Republic? You
That's
And I
know?
think
fair.
that's what we're getting with the Acolyte, right?
and the Jedi.
Acolyte. I think
High
isn't
Republic
Acolyte
show.
after that a little bit after the era of the High
No,
Republic.
it's
No,
the tail end.
it's the very end of the High Republic.
Okay, so it's like
Yep.
80 something BBY. Yeah. Okay.
No, I think it's 50 BBY.
If it's 50,
But-
then it's that's the end of the High Republic. High Republic is as 82 BBY.
Well, then whatever. It's in between.
So it's around the same time period as Dooku Jedi Lost. Let's just
Yeah,
put it there.
yeah. We'll go with that. All right, guys. That is going to be an episode.
Actually, it is not it, Luke. You forgot about
Oh.
something very major today. So EA has released
Oh yeah,
a
that's
sequel
right.
to Jedi Fallen Order.
Not
Jedi-
no. Let's
officially.
preference this. This
It's
is a rumor. Rumor.
But the person that reported was very like
Okay.
Very
knowledgeable.
likely.
Well, there's a
Very-
rumor
There's a lot of credibility to it.
that there's a rumor. Okay, well, let's just say this. So the Fallen Order has a sequel called Jedi Survivor, and that just got me going.
Puts
I was
Brooke just puts Brooke to just like instantly to say it's it. Like that's it.
Mhm.
Luke's like yeah, but
Let's go on
yes,
Reddit.
It's
figure
called
this out.
Jedi Survivor. I'm excited. I'm excited to see if maybe it has a little bit of a time jump in the story, or is it going to be directly after Fallen Order? Like, is it going to take place during the time of the Kenobi show? Maybe 3 to 5
Crimson
years
Dawn. Crimson
Crimson
Dawn.
Dawn.
Crimson
Crimson
Dawn.
Dawn.
Crimson
Like, come
Dawn.
on, like just
Crimson
have.
Dawn.
I want to fight Maul as Cal. We have to see how he lost and how he's stranded on not Dathomir, Malachor now. Like he had to have lost. He fell hard somehow. Where'd he get that broken Inquisitor lightsaber? Like, come on, like.
Well,
Yeah, that's
there's a
true.
story there.
It's in Maul's character to lose to people, so of course you would lose to Cal. Come on.
And not just anyone, Padawan as well, or people who
Yep.
didn't get past Padawan.
If it's not
If
about
it's
the
not-
Mantis Krill, I'm throwing myself out a window.
Don't
they're
do
not-
that,
you
Brooke.
It's got to be about them. It's got to be
Well,
about them.
Didn't Ewan McGregor say in an interview that Fallen Order 2 and Kenobi are connected?
No, he just said
he
said
just
Fallen
said-
Order, like the first
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, the
'cause
games.
I saw reports
Deborah
saying
Chow,
2.
he
some
said
said
he
1.
literally said Deborah Chow does a great job with keeping the canon stuff in line for them when they're doing certain scenes. And the connective tissue to Fallen Order and Kenobi is the Inquisitorius.
This is
Yeah,
when
the
you
stories.
just bring back like a bigger Ogdo Bogdo. like he's behind. He's what takes out Maul from Crimson Dawn.
Oh Jesus! All right,
Ogdo
well,
Bogdo dethrones Crimson Dawn.
Also,
So-
here's why I think Ked
Selling
Pincher might
spice
show
to
up
everyone.
in Fallen Order, like 2 or like Survivor.
oh man,
Ogdo
All right.
Bogdo gives free coaxium.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
So, looking at Reddit, by the way, like I said, I was
Oh, fuck, go for it.
Bespin Bulletin made a comment on the Jedi Fallen Order leaked thing. They said, "Yes, this is true. As I mentioned in a previous thread, I was not at liberty to share this title, but I've been dropping hints on podcasts telling people to think of Beyonce and Destiny's Child due to her single Survivor.
Huh.
So
Well,
if Bespin Bolton
okay.
said they knew about this and they were not privy to
Alright.
share this information. So I Bespin Bolton's like one of those sources I really trust.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, we didn't break it. If it is indeed a rumor, we're going back to it was a rumor, and we're not gonna get caught into the.
Yeah, if it's a rumor,
right.
we're gonna retract.
Yeah,
But
we're
if
gonna
it's not,
retract. We're
going
gonna
to-
retract
we're-
that.
We're gonna keep.
Yeah, we're gonna keep.
We're gonna
Uh,
pretend we never heard
Guarantee you it'll
anything.
be announced at Star Wars Celebration, and we will get a trailer
Yeah.
of Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, possibly. I
I mean,
hope.
it's on the
About
schedule.
time. I have been so starved for Star Wars video games, man. Like I
Yeah.
We
love
just got the
Battlefront
Lego Star
2.
Wars.
Huh?
We just got Lego Star Wars.
I was never a big Lego guy. Like I played them here and there, but I was never big. I didn't pick it up either. Too. Yeah, I might pick
Okay,
it up.
fair
But, like I'm talking about stuff like I've been playing Battlefront 2 since like 2017 nonstop. And and so now it's like, oh my god, we're getting the first person shooter, the real time strategy game, the friggin' the Uncharted one.
A real-time strategy game? You're kidding me. Like,
Yeah,
are we
it
talking
was-
like Galactic? Are we talking like Empire at War?
They said that it was the 3 they announced with Respawn. They said we're getting that first person shooter, the Jedi sequel, and a strategy game.
I hope it's a real-time strategy. I really mess with.
I think they
real-time
said it was an
strategy.
RTS game.
Yeah.
Like Empire at War, Galactic Battlegrounds, Warcraft 3. I can't tell you how many hours I've poured into it.
Hey,
Actually, I can. Let's just go on Steam.
I can't wait to hear from all the insufferable Thrawn fans about how they're gonna kick. Like, I've
Yeah.
already seen through you. I've got you.
I've studied your art and your battle tactics. I can kill you right now.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
y'all.
that's so embarrassing. I have over 700 hours in Empire at War.
Nice. All right,
600 in
guys.
Galactic Battlegrounds.
That is
no
going-
Force Unleashed 3.
No.
$1 billion
Get that
franchise.
billion-dollar
Make
garbage
billions.
heap out of here.
Why make billions when you can make millions?
So that's gonna be it. Let's start with Todd. Where can the good people follow you?
Yeah, so the good people can find me Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Todd Knows Best. It's the nose like the one on your face, and then also talking Star Wars on a podcast that I co-host called the Black Squadron Podcast, and all the socials for that are Black Squadron Podcast.
Dude, gotta go check it out. Go check them out. For the second podcast host, Malik.
Hi. Yes, I'm the Jedi Smart on TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at the Jedi Smart. I think it's at Jedi_Smart. I forgot how many underscores I put in there. You can find my podcast, Hod's Podcast. Can't talk. It's the podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, in beneath the couch cushions, where you find that one Cheeto that you remember eating, but you think maybe should I eat this? No, it's gross. That's where you'll find Hot's a Podcast down there. And you know, I'm also on Twitter, the Jedi Smart. But yeah, we actually just did our Doctor Strange episode. We called it Multiverse of Cream Pies. But yes, please go check us out, and thank you so much for having me on this episode again.
I think all of our hosts here have a podcast.
We all do.
We do.
And you get a podcast, and you get a podcast, and you get a podcast.
Yeah, you know you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah. Brendan, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Cloud City Pod, and then I have a link tree there. You can find whatever else you want from there. But I host the podcast Cloud City Conversations, podcast all about our love for Star Wars. From all forms of Star Wars fans are welcome. And you guys can check out my interviews. I've done a lot of interviews. You guys can check out. I've interviewed Chris Bartlett, who was an actor on The Mandalorian. I've interviewed YouTubers like Wolf 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 and Azatru. You name it. I've got 41 episodes of different interviews. So go check it out.
There you go.
Nice.
And Hereth, round us out.
You can find me at Hereth Productions on TikTok, Hereth is on Twitter, and on YouTube at Dave Lina Show every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We talk about random different topics of Star Wars because why not podcast?
Char, where can the good people follow you?
Good people, you can find me on TikTok at CharCharJ, as spelled right here, and you can find me here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time as we cover our Clone Wars rewatch.
And also,
Trivia tournament.
Trivia tournament.
Yes, every other week you will find our trivia tournaments. We are going into the finals, the final match of the
Yep.
brackets.
Yeah.
Recording semifinals are
It will
coming out
be
next week.
it'll be Mandalorian versus Element 7.
You took the element of surprise there, pal.
Element of
Hey,
surprise.
what I want you to do is forget about that.
Mind
You
wipe.
didn't do
You will
anything.
forget.
You didn't.
You
didn't
will
hear-
forget.
You didn't hear anything.
Point at the
That's
live.
okay. We will leave it up to long podcast. You can find me at the Pod Ones Podcast on TikTok, the Pod Ones Pod on Instagram, and at Pod Ones Podcast on Twitter.
You see, Luke, see what you did when you made me talk about the trivia tournament? This is all your fault.
Fine, whatever.
Probably should've made me talk
So
about it. I would've
if
been
you
safe.
are, so if the final match, I will not be in the same area.
Bum, bum, bum.
You guys will have to check that out.
In
We're
2
doing-
weeks.
We're doing in 2 weeks. We're doing something fun for the final. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. But as always, for light and for life,
We are all the Republic.
and may the force be with you.
Always. See you guys.